should have done this first. Alright, chat widget is working. That is a positive sign. Let's see here. Want to get the usual tweet and Discord message sent out. And then we'll get started with something. I'm really, I knew last night that I didn't have anything planned, and I kind of started brainstorming a few things, but I really don't have a firm direction. We'll see. We've, made it work in the past. There's the tweet. And let's do the Discord message. Let's move you over here so I can see what I'm typing. That would help. All right. Put this back over here. And okay. That's fine. Sometimes I fake myself out like, oh no, this isn't working. But then I double check and actually it is working. So the first thing I really need to do is decide on some colors. Jackie, hello. Thank you for joining me. I don't know what you're joining me for, because I am without a good plan, but I think I have a general, somewhat of a direction. I literally, like, I don't even have any polishes pulled out or anything. I started thinking about this last night. Sunburned, hello. I started thinking about this last night. I was like, my nails are naked. The agate water marble hung in there pretty well. I had to reapply a couple peelies, but I actually didn't take it off until Thursday evening completely. And, I was so careful while I was out church sailing yesterday not to break a nail, and then I came home and I like bent this one over on my desk chair. Just like in the complete klutziest random, like I know this chair has arms. I just hit the arm with my nail and it flexed. It didn't fully break, but it left a very clear mark. So I just reinforced that nail with a little bit of gel, and this middle nail was peeling quite a lot, so I reinforced that with gel also. But anyway, back to what I was saying as far as the manicure. I was sitting there last night and my nails were naked. I was like, I really should come up with something. I brainstormed a little bit. Nothing like grabbed me like that's definitely what I want to do. So I kind of decided this morning I want to go in a blue direction. But I didn't have very much time this morning because I had to take Beanie to the vet again for his follow-up appointment. And so that took up a chunk of my morning. But I think... Oh, this is a good sign. This is one of the colors that I'm looking for. However, the others aren't in here. I was thinking of going in a blue design. I thought I still had all the blues that I had used for my heavenly blue manicure. Actually, we'll stick you guys out here too, just because you're also Sally Hansen. So I thought I would dig those out, and you end up deciding to do hollow stamping over black and then accent the nail black over the hollow. I love that kind of look, Sunburn. Yeah, his I was really pleased. He's, like I think I've mentioned, he's had an eye injury before, and they look really gnarly, but he's responded really well to the meds in the past, and he did again. So it went from being like this huge, like, inflamed nodule, I don't even know how to describe it, like, kind of inside of his eye. Like, you didn't even always notice it, but then, like, if he would look to the side and, like, his eye would move, then you would kind of notice it. It completely went down, and now it's just like, it looks like a little almost foggy spot on his eye. So he's got at least another week of the eye ointment, but only twice a day instead of 3 times a day. And he also got his regular shot, so he's good to go for a while. Stopped at Sally and got a couple of the finger paints polishes. Oh, good, Sunburned. Yeah, he really, I mean, he hates going to the vet, but he's really a pretty good boy about it. Okay, a little bit of crashing, digging through a couple boxes here, trying not to knock anything over. Not that one. And I feel like I had kind of a busy week. Not that I didn't have any time, but just not as much time as I'm used to. KJD, hello, and thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Alright, professional streamer here. Not really, but God, can I keep it together? My train of thought is like, I'll just be going along, and then I see that, and my train of thought is just completely derailed. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. I didn't even look at that. How did it look, Sunburned? I just saw it in the, well, I saw it in chat, and I saw it in Streamlabs, and I forgot to look and see. Yeah, I love Dr. Crotron's, little gif. I'm glad you like it, KJD. Yeah, what I did, I really liked the little heart grabby guy that it was before. So what I actually did, and I hope I did it right, is I set it up so that that's an alternate image for when I get a follower. So hopefully it'll switch between the kitty, the kitty grabbing a heart, or the little bunny swirling around with a heart for follows. And Beanie is now the subscription alert. So thank you so much. I have no idea what I was saying. I do remember I'm looking for these blue Sally Hansens. Ooh. Here we go, you guys. Wait, which one? Okay. This is the empty bottle. That's why you were all by yourself. Well, we're not going to use that. This is the new bottle. This is one of the few colors that I have ever actually used up the whole bottle and bothered to get another bottle. This is Sally Hansen Babe Blue from their Extreme Wear line. And it's not quite a cream. You see a little bit of the shimmer in there. But it's just such a pretty baby blue. The bunnies... No, bits are... What are the bits? Stars are for raids and hosts. Maybe it is for bits. I forget. Dila, hey from Hurricane, North Carolina. I'm like, NC, okay, North something. I hope you're staying safe. I know it's getting pretty bad. And Sunburnt, thank you for the bits. I wish this would... There. I don't know. That's a nitpicky thing. I wanted it to stay extreme wear side up instead of rolling around. Alright, I think this... Well, no, maybe this actually does not have as many... Crap, where are the rest of these blues? Oh, you're also in North Carolina, KJD. If I knew that, I had forgotten. I hope you're also staying safe. Well, this is kind of a blue. I guess this actually... See, just in the act of, like, digging through, looking for these other blues, I'm actually running into some other Sally Hansens and thinking maybe those also could... I mean, crap, even this yellow, actually. I think I've actually used this combination before. I'm pretty sure there's a water marble with these colors. We've also got, we just used all these. Okay. The blues are not in there. They're here, you guys. I promise I've seen them recently. Yeah, I'm really trying to be good and keep these in frame sunburnt. Just rain so far. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, it's just, I don't know, that type of stuff. I mean, we get tornadoes and stuff up here, but like hurricanes are super serious. Moon Bandit, hello. And Momo, hello. Thank you both for joining us. We're looking for nail polish because I did not get nail polish out beforehand and I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. But you guys are with me while I do it and I appreciate that. I'm really hoping, like, I'm kind of surprised I don't feel a little bit more panicked at, oh, there they are, at not having a plan. Because, I mean, that's kind of awkward, but we've not had a plan before and had it actually turn out pretty well. Is this also? Oh, these are both Pacific Blue. Are these the same? I'd have to shake them up. For those who don't know, okay, so like, I think these are the same. I think all my bottles of Pacific Blue are the good mix of Pacific Blue. Blah, 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 blah. This one was in need of some shaking. It still is. Yeah, those are both. Well, no, those are both the same. They just both need shaking. Yeah, Sally Hansen, one of their, mistakes, like I've said before, companies change stuff and try to keep the same name on it. They tried that with Pacific Blue and people really kind of flipped out. Yeah, it is sunburnt. And oh, I remember now what I was thinking about before KJD derailed me with the subscription. I was talking about how I feel like I haven't had very much time this week, and it really, in hindsight, isn't that I didn't have very much time. I just had less time than I'm used to having. Like I had a dentist appointment on Monday, and that's one of those things I feel like that just, it's not like it really takes all day, but it kind of just throws your whole day off. And Tuesday, I actually went to the zoo with my mom because at the zoo they have a conservatory, and at the conservatory they have water lilies, and they usually take them out by around the end of the month because, I mean, it's Minnesota. It's not a water lily friendly winter. And then Wednesday, I had a meeting Wednesday, but that didn't take too long. I feel like something else happened Wednesday. Friday, of course, is Grandma's, but we had to be over there earlier than usual because the church sale only went to a certain time. And then now it's today. So I feel kind of like I didn't get very much done this week. The metallic blue. This one, I love this one. This is Blue It. Yes, I'm planning to do another kind of slideshow type of thing with the conservatory pictures. I didn't really get too many pictures of animals. I have mixed feelings on zoos. On the one hand, it's like, man, animals are fucking locked up. On the other hand, it's like some of these animals like don't have any habitat or anywhere else to be. But we didn't spend very much time in the zoo portion this time, primarily because it's under a ton of construction, and it was just kind of like a little bit more difficult to get around, and we were both tired. But I got a ton of like flower pictures and like super close up flower pictures. I like to like, get a shot of like the whole thing and then like get up in there and just get like, one flower as close and as big as I can, because flowers are just freaking amazing little things, when you really look at how the petals do their thing. like Elspeth McLean, who does like mandalas with paint. Sometimes she'll show like the center of like a sunflower or something in nature's mandala as it like, everything fits together so perfectly. It's like, it's kind of ridiculous. So of these two Pacific Blues, I'm trying to remember why I have two bottles, because they don't really seem to be near empty. I'm just going to use the one that's mixing better. That one still wants more shaking. So let's go through these just quickly. Still haven't quite decided what I'm going to be working. In fact, do I have a black? Might be nice. Do I have a black Sally Hansen around here somewhere? Hello, black Sally Hansen. Right here. Ha! This is the amazing thing. As disorganized as I am, I'm usually pretty spot on when I'm looking for polish, and even in this like disaster, I can reach down and remember and know that the black was in fact within arm's reach. Can't stick around, just wanted to say hi. Aw, thank you, Momo. I hope you have a good day. We'll try to make the VOD entertaining for your later enjoyment. Yeah, and the reason there's construction is because, like, it's been more than just a couple years. Like, every few years, one of the exhibits will get kind of a makeover and they'll redo things. They redid the polar bears a few years ago. Probably more than a few. I'm old. It's probably like 10 years ago now. They redid, and are still redoing some of like the gorilla area, and the big construction right now is the like aquatic area. So, I mean, it's a very small zoo. It's some of it's sad, some of it's cool. Like I said, mixed feelings, but we mainly went there for the flowers, and those are definitely cool. And hello, Dr. Crotron. How are you? And Lunar, I'm not sure if I said hello to you. I saw you in chat. Couldn't avoid seeing you with your bright green name. Oh, that's interesting. In the on-screen chat, your name is purple. But I did see you, and hello if I didn't say hello. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's one of those things you're like, man, if I was rich, what kind of just, what stuff am I actually passionate about that I would want to get more involved with? The conservatory there, I took several shots of the building. I think you guys will enjoy it. I'll make sure to announce in Discord like when I decide to do it, hopefully soon. Cause it's one of my favorite places to go. It's really cool to go in the wintertime, cause I mean it's Minnesota and it's whatever, freeze your ass off below zero, and you go in there and it's like 85 or 90 degrees cause it's a greenhouse. Been behaving itself all morning. That's good to hear, Dr. Crotron. I was worried when your stream cut, but when you said that it was like your computer, I was like, well, shit. Like when your type of computer goes down, that means it could be something really bad because it can handle most shit. Looking forward to the fix. Good. Last time I was so skeptical of like how it was gonna go. I was nervous. And it really went so well. I was so pleased that you guys came and hung out. So let's just go over what I pulled here out of my boxes. These are all Sally Hansen Extreme Wear, just because. Not for any particular reason other than maybe that little touch OCD. But I also think it's just one of the paths that's kind of familiar. It makes things, when I have this much polish, it makes it easier to slightly narrow it down. Like, well, okay, let's just at least start sticking within this brand. And then if for some reason I needed to, alter something and knew specifically what I was looking for, I wouldn't be afraid to throw another brand in. But since I'm just figuring shit out, that's how I usually start. Yeah, I hope so. If you just like looking at flowers, then you will like this. I promise. Whoa. I guess I can't promise, but I got a lot of pics of really awesome, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. I mean, tons and tons and tons of water lilies. I don't know if you realize how many different kinds of water lilies there are. Because they have a ton of them, and that is like the main reason we went, but also like hibiscus and all kinds of stuff. I love it there. Statues, cool little fairy statues. This is not quite the lightest blue, but it is pretty light. This is Babe Blue. Like I mentioned, this is one of my favorite colors, one of the few polishes I've ever used up and repurchased. The blue that's a little bit lighter and actually looks slightly like almost leaning a little bit aqua is Breezy Blue. Then we have Royal Hue, which is a shade lighter than Pacific Blue. So right now we're working something like this. Then I also pulled Blew Me Away, which is definitely more turquoise, teal, aqua. I actually would say this is kind of leaning more teal to me than it is aqua or turquoise. But, you know, that's like a whole debate. Like, I was having the discussion with my friend because she was wearing this polish. And I was like, you know, it's like a turquoise, teal kind of color. And she was like, well, which is it? And so I had to like take a closer look. I was like, well, it's leaning a little bit more green, so I'm going to call it teal. Very deep, dark, awesome metallic blue that you guys were admiring earlier. This is Bluet. The numbers, I don't know how consistent the numbers are. Not even sure. I wonder. Yeah. See, the numbers aren't even consistent. My empty bottle of Babe Blue is 240. My new bottle of Babe Blue is 459. So why yo numbers pointless, Sally Hansen? Yeah, I got a Pacific Blue that's number 33 and a Pacific Blue that's number 420. Haha, 420. Okay. Couldn't resist. Oh wait, I didn't mean to put them both over there. Which one was I using? This one. I also pulled out this yellow. This is Mellow Yellow. I personally own at least 2 other variations of this color, and one of them isn't even yellow, it's green. So as much as I love Sally Hansen, they do have a couple little issues. Oh, did you? I didn't even see you say that, Sunburn. But yeah, I feel like I probably have made this discovery before, but what then do the numbers mean, or do the numbers actually mean, you know, like, I don't know, something to do with more than what I'm thinking of, something more than just the color. So yeah, this yellow, I feel like that might just be kind of interesting to add a little bit of not blue to the design, in which case is also why I pulled out Blackout, which is black, and White On, which is white. And boy, this is kind of, well, no, I guess it's not. I was gonna say it's kind of gummy. We have Emerald City. So okay. I was gonna say, if I can't find my polished sketchbook, that actually may be a problem. Something with these things is gonna happen. I also pulled out the berry shades, but we just used those, and I don't think I want to use them again. Well, and this baby pink. No, not right now. Let's move these out of the way here. Yeah, the green is actually, see, you can tell from the bottles. I mean, like, the white caps are older. I think the new ones have this, like, chromy, gunmetal-ish style cap. I would say these are kind of from the same era. They have the same kind of, shimmery metallic finish. They're both really nice. I love both of them. So, polished sketchbook. We have the neon reverse stamping from a couple weeks ago. We have, can we make the camera? That almost kind of shows you. We have some of the agate attempts. I'm still fascinated by that. Like, I wish I could tell the camera, like, okay, even though there's all this white here, please just show this color like you do if I cover it up. What I'm thinking is, so, like, this middle row was kind of, I don't even know what to call the technique. Not exactly drag marble, but the kind where I was wiggling it with the brush. In fact, where is that brush that I will need to be wiggling? Salubre. That's pretty good, Doc. No, not this brush. This one. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, knocked into you guys. Sparkly, hello. My plan is very nebulous, something bluish. We just pulled out a bunch of Sally Hansens, and I'm thinking maybe this swirly drag marble, scoop it up and lay it down technique, which needs a shorter name. But so this is like filling up slightly more than half of the page. Obviously the bottom half of the page is still there. I think I've said this before. I find it easier to just turn the whole notebook upside down rather than like working at the edge of a notebook. 'Cause like when you're, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I find it when you get to the bottom of like a notebook or something, it always feels kind of awkward. So where are we here? Right about there. We actually maybe could. Yeah. Let's get a lid. Well, actually, maybe would that help for recording? Let's use this blue lid. I don't know if that'll be good or not good. And where are we? Right here. Try to line this up nicely. Get the lid right here. Now, to start out with, do I want to start with black and blue? It is a great word. I love it. Freak out your in-laws. Yeah, exactly. And I used to do that. And then I was like looking through the notebook going like, man, I got a lot of leftover space here. Okay, so some of like part of the problem with the swirly technique, can I get some in frame here? I feel like is I wasn't having enough contrast. Like a lot of colors in a similar range and a similar like colored tonality. So starting out all blue is maybe perhaps not the best idea, but I'm gonna try not to like use all the similar colors of blue. So like probably of these two, I only want to use one, and I'd say probably this one is more of a mid, because this one really would fit here. So let's take that one out. Let's add in this teal one, because it'll add a little bit of different color. And let's see how this teal one. And let's see how this turns out. I might also... Now that's starting to be like a lot of colors. What about... Well, let's just do this first. Because this is leaning, like I said, teal. But that's kind of still keeping it all blue. Or maybe should we just do one with these three first? I'm not sure. Because I feel like my last couple attempts at this particular technique, like I liked how they turned out, but I wasn't really happy with them. I'm not completely 100% happy with the brush that I'm using, but I'm like 85% happy with it. I'm not blaming my my dislike of my previous attempts on the brush necessarily. And I did see a slightly different way of doing this on Instagram. Who was doing it? I don't remember, but we might, I think we'll start out trying that. And I'm rambling, and I'm aware I'm rambling, but I don't want to sit here on camera and be like, so you guys are hearing like the live flow of what's going on in my brain. Probably an orange stick would work. Let's make sure it's clean. You're just stained an old orange stick. And there's really nothing wrong with the stained old orange stick. But I'll admit it makes me want to get out a nice, fresh, clean one. Oh, you're welcome, Sparkly. I mean, it kind of just evolved. I had some sketchbooks that were, like actual, like for sketching, like attempting to teach myself to draw type of sketching. And so I had some that were this particular kind of smallish size. I mean, it's kind of a weird size. It's not like full size. It's 6.5 by 8.5. And the reason that I liked it is because the paper in it is a little bit thicker than like just like notebook paper or something like that, so it holds up a little bit better, particularly when the polish is wet. I think this notebook is actually slightly lighter weight paper than my first polished sketchbook. In fact, we're not wet yet, so what actually kind of notebook do we have here? 5.5 by 8.5. Well, I guess they're not counting the perf on the edge. They're just counting, to the little, where are we? 2 here. So 5.5 by 8.5, 65 pound. So I don't know what weight normal notebook paper is, but I would not want to go too much thinner than this, or you're going to end up with, I mean, you're already going to end up with like slight warping in the pages and stuff, but I think if you went any thinner, you would really end up with a lot of, well, maybe not a lot of, but at least some issues. Oh, I thought, well, rip that idea. Well, I guess I have a mission for after stream, and it's called Where the Fuck is My First Nail Polish Sketchbook? I thought it was actually, like, on the bookshelf over there with my actual drawing sketchbooks. Excuse me, but it's not. And, I mean, there's a limited number of spaces for it to be in here. It's in this room. But, man, I'm shocked at my ability to leave shit, so, you file them down when they get gross. Yeah, I have done that too, especially on the tip. But then, I mean, I know this dark blue will probably stay in the orange stick, so it's like, let's use our time a little bit more wisely. You know, I bet the sandpaper pieces are kind of nice because you can kind of like, okay. A little bit lewd. Unsub, Dr. Crotron. You still have your nipple. I don't know. Bean took the notebook. Oh, the tip gets gooey. Oh, you just resubbed. Wait, if you just resubbed, why didn't I get a notification, Dr. Crotron? Do you need to... I mean, was it your resub time? Was it just regular time to resub? If you refresh, do you get... I'm just curious. Like, is Twitch just borked? Plus, I think you would have enjoyed seeing the subscriber notification. Well, wait, yeah, what day is it? Today is the 15th? Oh my god, you guys, are we gonna start having 4-month subscribers? When did I start having... No. Yes? You guys, when did I get affiliate? June, July, August, September. No, that's only 3 months. Or was it May? No, it was June. It was as though you never subbed. You can't afford an orange stick every time one gets dirty. Yeah, you do have to save money. I got sick of, because from time to time I'll break them. I bought a bag of like 100 of them on, I forget, Amazon or eBay or something. I'm perhaps overly sidetracked by this because it's probably nothing I could do about it, but it just seems weird, Dr. Crotron. Maybe your busted ass computer just forgot. You have no idea how to find out when it is time to resub. Okay, so we'll have a short Twitch lesson here, and I haven't forgotten. I don't recall if it was here or somebody on YouTube that suggested like a Twitch Q&A to help people understand, and I am still considering that. But it's one of those things where it's like, ooh, that would be a good idea. But like, I wouldn't want to do that today instead of a nail video. So it's one of those things that it's if I get time, and usually there's a line of if I get time, and it's not at like the front of the line. So if you ever have questions during the stream, feel free to ask, especially because a lot of times there are people in here that know a lot more about Twitch than I do. But I mean, we talk about everything in here, so I don't mind going off on that as one of my tangents. So hold on just a minute. I noticed that, Dr. Crotron, except when you click on it, it's only 5 hours and something. I don't know, you may want to put a support ticket or something, but the actual VOD itself seems fine. It's not like you got a ton of... I don't even know what it would be, because, I mean, you're not broadcasting. So, if you... and I'm fairly new to subbing. Like, before, I would just cheer with bits that I, got from ads. I didn't start subbing the channels until recently, so I'm still... learning some things. But if it's a sub that you pay for, then that automatically renews unless you tell it not to. If it's a Twitch Prime sub, then you have to manually redo it every month. I think it's so that you can, use your Prime sub at different places, and a lot of people do. But a lot of people also use the Prime sub like on the same channel every month. So some people will set themselves a reminder on their phone or something, but where you go to look is okay. It's and this is for PC, because I don't, even if I were to try and give instructions for mobile, I don't even use the latest version, so they wouldn't be very good instructions. So up in the upper right corner, there's your avatar and your name. If you click there, it'll have a bunch of different stuff, like channel and all that stuff. And then kind of in the middle, friends, messages, subscriptions. And if you open the subscriptions page, it'll have a bunch of different subscriptions, and it'll show your subscriptions. There's also gift subscriptions. I don't know what the hell a mobile subscription is, and with that, then why do you also need other subscriptions? But it will list your subscriptions, the type of subscription, and when it expires or when it renews. Like for mine, I don't have Prime. I'm assuming if you did one with Prime, then it would say expires on whatever date, like my gift subscriptions do. My regular ones show the date that it renews on, unless you like I said, go in there and cancel the renewal. Speaking of renewing subs, I suppose I should mention that it's September, and if you were previously gifted a sub that is set to expire, you can renew it for just $1 this month instead of $5, and I still get the same cut, so it's a pretty good deal. I've got like half a dozen gift subscriptions that I'm considering extending for $1. And I know a lot of people are mad that September isn't the way it was last year, but for those who have a lot of gift subs, I think it's I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully that answered your question. Lets you go in there and look. Like I said, on mobile, fucking beats me. I'm sorry. I mean, you should be able to do most of the same things on mobile, but where I'm just looking at the order here. Like, do I want to do like teal, light blue, medium blue, dark blue? Or do I want to stick the teal like maybe in between the medium blue and the light blue? Well, because I mean, if it's, we're next. Good. I'm just noticing these have different caps too. Like, these are super, super shiny, and this one's gunmetal, but it's not very shiny. We'll go with this. I'm completely overthinking this. Because, I mean, this first one is unlikely to be the one. So, oh God, come on. That was pretty stuck. So this new to me way to do this sort of a thing. The way I did it before was like you start with the wet base and do some stripes and then like draw in a drag marble and then scoop it up. And this other way I saw it kind of reminded me of like a drip marble. And actually I'm just thinking now that this order is maybe not going to work the way I want it to, because one of these needs to be the base color, and which do I want to use as the base? Probably the lightest one. So this reminds me kind of like for a drip marble, except not as much. So we're going to start with some of that. We're going to add in like a couple drops of that teal. Add in some of this. A couple drops of the dark blue. And maybe one more of the babe blue. Whoa, that'll work. And then, like they did kind of a, like that. And then scooped. Oh, my brush is crusty and dry. I should have cleaned it off first. There, that's better already. I mean, part of the art is like really getting a good scoop of polish on there to let you like draw with your scoop, or like get the patterns. Are we there? Look at that, y'all. That's really bomb. That's really bomb. We need... Let me zoom in here. Zooming, I need to remember, and I am getting a little bit better, that zooming in works better than trying to like hold it up closer to the camera. Yeah, you guys? What do you think of that? I feel like I need a little bit more lightness to it. So I'm going to try adding a little bit of white. You have an idea, but not sure how to work with these colors, though. You mean for me, or you mean for you, Lunar? That's always frustrating. You're like, oh, I want to use such and such colors, but I want to do such and such technique, and that doesn't go together. We are... Does anybody know, does this technique have a name and I'm just not aware of the name? We're drag marbly scoopy drag marbling. Scoopy marbling? Extra drag marbling? Brush marbling? Just marbling? We're mixing colors on the lid, and then we're drawing them out on the, well, eventually on the nail. That thing, yeah, we're doing that thing with the stuff. It is so much polish, and it is a challenge to get it to be not too thick, and it's one of those things where it's easy to mess up, because you're doing your nails, and then you go to do your thumb, and what are your other nails doing over here? And this polish is just like gravity, and in ways you don't want it to, and then you notice, and you're like, shit, and at that point, of course, it's dried enough, it doesn't want to drift back where it's supposed to be. I'm already reminding myself, like, if I do this, like, just wait to do your thumbs until it's, like, set up a little bit. It doesn't take that long. Scoop marbling. I mean, I kind of do like it. I don't know. I feel like there has to be a name, and I just, like, don't know the name for whatever reason. Because I'm a bad Instagrammer. God, is this almost empty? It is. I wonder if I have another Sally Hansen white anywhere. Well, we're getting enough to work with. Let's, couple drops of that. Couple drops of the dark blue. I maybe should have stuck that light blue in between the teal and the Pacific blue. Again, that didn't go very centered, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna, like, just that many. No, I feel like that wasn't quite enough swipes. I felt like the previous time was slightly too many swipes. Because that can, like, affect how your scoop scoops. See how I'm trying to get it to kind of, like, flow off the brush? I can't, like, look up and check to see how this is, like, showing up on camera. Oh, not horrible. I feel like I'm kind of surprised at how well these colors are working together. Like, I thought I would need to experiment much more with the colors. Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to verbalize my thought process before, and my thought process right now is kind of just like it's churning without churning in a specific direction. I like this. I like this second one. I want to change something. I'm not sure what I want to change. You second scoop marbling. Ooh, the color splash marble. This is kind of almost related to that. That's a good distraction, Lunar. We'll try that while I try to identify what I'm displeased with about this. Yeah, I mean, and I will freely admit one of the reasons I rarely do decals is because I'm impatient. Like, I would have needed to do decals last night to be applying them on camera today. Or if I did them today, then I wouldn't be able to probably use them until tomorrow. And right now, that's not going to work out because Sunday afternoons, in addition to, like, usually editing, which I always think I should do Saturday night and never do, Sunday afternoons are puppy class. Until Clark gets his loose leash walking together and passes puppy class level 1. Alright, scoop marbling. Yes. Yes, Jackie. I think that is who I saw doing it like I was doing it in a bullseye instead of doing it in like stripes with the zigzag. But did she call it something? We'll just have to let her know it's scoop marbling. Yeah. I mean, that's why I thought it would work for the agate last week, but they all just turned out too dark. Yeah, the contrast is much more noticeable with that little bit of white in there. I feel like it even just helps you to see the contrast in the other colors even more. Yeah, the other thing too, Sunburnt, is if you hold on a sec. I give her crap because I always tell her, I'm like, all right, let me know when you're home. And it was like, shit, what, 2-3 days ago she was over here. She's like, oh, by the way, I made it home. Was my friend. Well, you guys know I very rarely will answer the phone to anybody else while I'm streaming. I was gonna say, Sunburnt, the other thing is if you catch them at that perfect silly putty moment in time, if they're super thick, you can give them a little bit of a, and I'm like doing this not realizing I'm not on camera, but like just kind of gently stretch them out, and I feel like a thinner decal is much easier to apply on the nail. So, okay, so Lunar suggested this, right? Yes. And I wish I could remember. I have such a shitty memory sometimes. Sometimes I have a wonderful memory, and sometimes it's just like, fuck. I can't remember who I originally saw this technique from, for splash marbling, but I always intended to do it again, and of course never did. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get like 4 blobby-ish drops of this here. Oh, I forgot how empty this white is. Might have to use a different white if we actually do this as a manicure. Sitting around fucking around with this empty bottle all day. Maybe I do have a backup of this. Let me grab a dotting tool. Let's clean off the dotting tool. So on the nail, we got this on the lid. On the nail, we're gonna lay down a dark blue wet base, so slightly thicker than normal. And then with the dotting tool, we're gonna swirl these together. And then I feel like they need more white. Let's zoomy zoom. Zoom 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 in the boom boom. Oh, it's still drifting. It doesn't not work. I feel like it doesn't quite have enough. Oh, you know what might? What if? Okay, hold on just a second. I need to check right now and see if I have some more of this white. It will only take me a minute. I'm not really going anywhere other than just over here. Yes. Oh, you're also almost empty. Well, I can work with that. So we've got 2 nearly empty bottles of white out. So let's... Or not white out, white on. Whoa. Really crusty bottle here. See, now these are interesting. These have... One has the shinier cap, one has the more matte cap. One is in black and one is in white. So, I don't know what that signifies. Ages of something. We're just gonna combine these two bottles. Actually, this one was kind of slightly thick. Might actually... Okay. Balance, please. Careful. Do a little bit of polish thinner once that finishes draining in there. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was like 5 minutes ago. Well, not 5 minutes, but like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, geode nail art. And I've seen it called like a couple different things, but it seems more like a name for the manicure rather than a name for the technique. This particular polish thinner, I'm sure there are other kinds. Where am I here? Over here. This is just the Beauty Secrets brand. This is from Sally's. And this bottle is, I mean, it's decent size. What is it? Probably 4 ounces. And I want to say that's just like $2 or $3. And I always try to keep some polish thinner on hand. And that bottle's not very clean, but I think that's about as good as we're going to get. So, another one bites the dust. Let's just add, and it's pretty powerful unless your polish is like really, really like glommy. You don't generally need more than like a couple drops. I have in certain cases brought back polishes that, like, you know, you turn the bottle upside down and the polish doesn't move with polish thinner, but in most cases your polish is just going to be a little bit thicker than you prefer. It's not going to be in like super dry or straights. They don't carry it at your Sally's. That's unfortunate. I would maybe suggest check out Sally's website if you have some other things that you want from Sally's, because their threshold for free shipping is only $25. And they definitely should have it on the website. Uh-oh. A little bit of hoarseness coming on. I apologize, you guys. And hello, by the way, Ruby. When you do that is when the cat jumps on the table. Yeah, you know, I've got the air conditioner on. We're having a 90-degree fall day here in Minnesota, which would be fine if we could have some fall humidity with it, but it's like summertime humidity, and so it's really hot. And I was just shaking this extra good because combining 2 polishes plus the polish thinner, just make sure it's all nice and homogeneous. And Beanie really prefers it a little bit warmer. He's not mad at me for taking him to the vet, thankfully. But he just does not happen to be in here right now. Luckily. So, my thought is, of course, that will make this almost exactly like the first one that I did with these. My thought was going to be to add some green. Okay, we're not adding green. We're adding yellow. Whoa. It's fine. Nothing is broken. Keep a grip on your polish, please. He had to go back for a follow-up on his what I want to even call it, eye injury, and for his shots, because they wouldn't give me the shots last time. Yeah, Lunar, it's how much did I say? 4 ounces, and I want to say that this, I mean, I have a lot of polish, this is maybe only the second or third bottle I've ever needed. I mean, which sounds like, okay, well, that's a big-ass bottle. Do you really need that much? But it's one of those things that, I mean, this doesn't go bad. You don't want to be out of it when you need it, and it's a good deal to just get a good amount. I really mixed up way too much polish for that other one, too. And possibly used too big a dots because... Oh, off camera. Nobody had to tell me. I saw. Musical! Thank you. And yes, there is. There it is. So it is a pretty nice size there. I could almost make it just a little bit bigger. I wonder how I could do that or adjust it just a bit. Where's my alert box? Move. Can I just come here, alert box? Like that. Thank you, Musical. I hope you enjoyed the beanie sub alert. It was by popular, I would say popular request, but it was almost by popular demand that the beanie GIF become. See, now I think the last time I said it, I said GIF, and now I said GIF because it's one of those words that I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. But yeah, he's good, Jackie. He's been really good about letting me put the ointment in his eye, and we've been through this before, and it's healing up well. You just saw I was on. Well, thank you for joining us. We are. I didn't have a plan when I started today, so we're kind of winging it. $4.29. See, that just shows how long I've had this bottle. The price has gone up since I got it. But I think that's still a pretty reasonable price. It'll last you, I mean, unless you're really, really using it, it'll last you years. Yeah, we decided this technique is scoop marbling. Well, and then we did one splash marble. I wonder how the yellow would look in the scoop marble. Let's add the yellow in the scoop marble, you guys. I do want to do another splash Dotacure, Blobicure, watercolor splash. I don't even remember what it's supposed to be called properly. Maker says GIF, but you say GIF because graphics. See, that makes sense. Ninja, hello. I think you missed it unless you were here lurking. You and everyone else's demands have come true. GIF is peanut butter. Okay, so see, this happens to me all the time, except now it's like public. I'm like, oh, I need to go back and do that, and then like there's too many other things I want to do, and I never go back and do it. Like we still have not done stamping with the color clubs. We haven't done water marbling with the color clubs, and now I'm gonna add to that list. We need to do some more splash manicure at some point, but that point is not today, because the color combination is too similar to my first one. And if you have not, let's see if I can pull up an example. If you're like, what are you even talking about? Cooperate here, please. This one. Water splash. Now, was it water splash because that's what the technique is called? Or is it water splash because that's what colors I used? This one. Oops. No, go back. Don't play the whole video. I didn't mean to click on it. But this is the one that I'm referring to. And it actually doesn't look super similar to the one in my notebook now that I'm looking at them together. But I know it was a black base with white, green, and blue swirly splashes. So a dark blue base with blue and white and turquoisey teal splashes is, I mean, it's still cute, but it's, if I'm gonna do it for like the second attempt of the technique, I feel like I want to do like more differenter. Mm. Yeah, I think so, Jackie. Splash definitely was part of the technique because after that we also have, see, and I just called that. Can we just, the color splash water marble, and you can see like in the center of the marble cup here, like really that swirl of color. I should revisit that again, actually. See, it's just the splash. The mixing them together and then the dropping them together is just splash, because we've got this splash and then this whole, I think most of this testing stream was splash testing, but this one was first. And interestingly, this one comes up first in search. Well then. It was. And it's another thing, it's like, oh, I want to do that again, but I haven't done it again. So, do I want to just add a color, or do I want to take away a color? Let's actually... Yeah, okay. Alrighty. We're going to start out. We're going to be bold. We're going to use yellow as the base. So let's get a goodly amount of the yellow here. Then I think we're going to do teal, couple drops. We're going to stick the white in here so that it's between the teal and the medium blue. Then we're going to add the dark blue. And we're going to finish it off with the light blue. And I feel like every time I'm doing this, I'm doing more and more drops. Should I use one more drop of yellow? We'll see how this looks first. Alright, oops. So we're going to now scoop. And... whoa. That's a lot of polish. That's like too much polish. And we're getting very green tones with the turquoise right next to the yellow. There's actually some yellow. And like your wiggle technique after you scoop is also like very important. Okay, I've still got, well, let's do one more scoop worth. Like, obviously, this is more than a nail's worth design. We're getting too much green looking. Well, too much green looking for what I want. With the, I think it's mainly just because the yellow and the teal were right next to each other. So do I want, and I do, that is like a lot of polish. So do I want to... I feel kind of like I want to take out the teal. But on the other hand, the other ones, I really liked like the subtle variation of the teal. I'm not sure my thoughts on the yellow. I mean, like, it's interesting. But do I like it better than just this with the white? And I used white in this. The white doesn't stand out in that at all. Guess. Musico. Yeah, I feel like it got too mixy. And I'm not sure if it's because of the yellow itself, which is a little bit, I don't quite want to say watery, but like it's not as thick as most of these blues. Yeah, as I read Jackie's comment. Yeah. Polished Soul, hello. You missed a little bit of testing, all of which you can see here. We're kind of just getting started. I feel like I'm going in the right direction. Well, the yellow actually wasn't the right direction, but it let me know that wasn't the right direction, so it's veering us back into a more correct direction. Do we want to? I think I do want to try it, though, even though the problem with the yellow was that it was making it look too green. Now I actually do want to try it with the emerald green. I'm way too close here. We got to zoom back out. I almost forgot. So you could see what I'm doing on the lid here also. Thank you, guys. Silver might actually be nicer than green. Because green, again, like when I said I didn't have any ideas at the start of the stream, but then I said that I was kind of thinking of like a real blue color palette. And going in the green would kind of take me away from that. Let's, hold on. I think this is too dark. No, that's not really very silvery. Let's go take a peek in the silver drawer. I'll be right back. Alright. So, let's move these just slightly out of the way so I can show you guys what I found. Found 2 silvers in the hard as nail. I don't think this one's gonna make the cut. I think it's too dark, although it is kind of blue leaning. This is gunmetal. This is what I was actually looking for, I think. This is Celeb City. I'm pretty sure there's more than one silver of this sort of foily brightness, though. The name does. I couldn't think of a name in particular, but that name doesn't seem right. Or if we want to go in more of a smooth chrome, I mean this is metallic, but it's a little bit more textured. Also pulled out color foil. What is this called? Sterling silver. Also, kind of along the same lines, but not quite as chromy. I think if I recall, this one has a little bit more brushstroke issues. Sterling. And then these two, oh no, they don't look as similar as I thought. Oh, you actually look kind of purple. This is a silver screen. Yeah, even on camera, it looks a little bit more purpley. And this is a silver dollar, which is very close to, see, I feel like these are very close in finish, but this one is brighter. This, I think, is too purpley. Gunmetal, I think, is too dark. And between these two, I would probably go with this one. So let's test these two with the current situation. So, it does have a Starry Night feel. KJD, that was a little bit ago. Probably before I went off on my hunt for silver. My tea is gone. I'm sad. Although I guess now I'll have a little bit more table space. The gunmetal, I would not say it's teal. I mean, but it does lean definitely, like, even on my monitor, it doesn't look silver next to this green. It does look like kind of a murky teal. I wonder if I can get any better shot of it. No, God, it looks green, straight up green there. It's not a real silvery gunmetal, but I wouldn't have called it teal before, but especially now that I look at how it's reading on camera, it definitely is reading tealish on camera. Yeah, even there, you would never call that silver. That's interesting. It's not as green as it looks on camera. It leans that direction, and apparently the camera is just like, well, okay, then we'll run with that. Okay. So, okay. First we'll do Celeb City. What are we doing for our base here? I think we'll do with the white base. We'll do... Yeah. Okay. And, I mean, this matters a limited amount. Like, what color you're using as the base and which color you're, finishing with. But I think it does matter. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's just that it matters in kind of random and uncontrollable ways. Best friends from the China Glaze Fall. I have not seen China Glaze's fall collection. I've seen their Halloween collection. I was kind of mad because when I ordered those finger paints, I was 100% going to get some of those China Glaze Halloween colors, and they did not have them on the website yet. Alright, white, teal. We're going to stick the light blue in here, in between the teal and the medium blue. Then we're going to have a couple drops of the dark blue. Maybe I should just be doing one drop of each of these. I feel like this is a lot of polish. And then finish with a couple drops of this silver. Alright, we did a little bit of a design. Now we're going to scoop. Woo! Drip. And draw. Try and get that drip I dropped. The drip that I dribbled and dropped as I was trying to dab and scoop. I feel like I'm getting almost so much polish that it's making the scooping more difficult. I like that. I feel like I'm not getting as much of the dark blue. I actually feel like the metallic texture of this one is not doing me any favors, because it kind of wants to disperse with the other colors instead of just marbling with them. Excuse me, can you see what I mean? Like, instead of blending like the yellow did, it more looks like dispersy. Is that a word? They can, Jackie. That's the other reason. I mean, one of many reasons why. Eventually, man, you people that have been here since the beginning of me saying eventually, once I finally get to swatching my collection. But yeah, that is another of the many, many reasons I would like to swatch my collection. Now, these color foils like to be shaken a lot. If you do not adequately shake these, you will notice it. Alright. So, do I want to change anything else there? Where is the white? The white almost disappeared. Maybe let's go back to... Let's see, we're going to be like here. let's go back to the light. The light blue is the base. And I'm going to do one more with 2 just to keep these kind of a similar comparison. But then maybe we'll cut to like 1 drop of each color instead of 2. So 2 of teal. Let's stick the white in here. Even combining that other bottle, this is still hard to get polish out, and I still feel like it could use a little bit of thinner. Like you can tell that it drips really slowly. It's workable, but dark blue. Come on. Dark blue. 1 more. And then the silver color foil. Come on. Oh boy. I think I'm just going to go with 1 drop of that, because that spread a lot. Oh no. It's, this is not the silver that we want. I don't think. Nope. Look at what it did on the... Is there still stuff under there? Kinda. No, I'm disappointed in that. It's too, it covers everything else up. I mean, you can see what happened in the lid. I mean, it didn't stay contained, and you can, hopefully, let's get another zoom in here. See what it, actually, it looks kind of cool on camera. Still moving around, too, but you lose that marbliness because it's a silver sheen over, like, half the design. It's not staying in its lane. So, I'm kind of leaning toward, let's give sterling a try. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I wonder if it might, I think it might continue to do that, because the way it reacted when I drew through the design, I might still try that. I want to see how sterling reacts, because I feel like sterling might behave a lot better. Oops. Where? There we are. There. Okay. Light blue base, and let's switch to 1 drop of polish. Maybe that, of course, that only was 1 drop of the silver. Teal. White. Medium blue. Dark blue, come on please. And sterling. Kind of wonder if this will react the same. It spreads very similar. You can see the way it spreads when you drop it in there. Very overtakey. No. I should try one with the silver in the middle, or maybe even the silver as a base. Of course, these actually are not. These are reacting similarly. I think one has like slightly finer pigment. Let's oops. So this was the chrome and this was sterling. Can you see how the one like is slightly more ripply? That almost shows it. Like this one is just like a real silver sheen, and this one is like much more ripply. Very technical term. Okay. So if I wanted to use one of those as the base, which one do I want to go with? Maybe sterling. Oh, you gave them all away. $25 now. I have the whole collection too. The rest of them are all lined up somewhere, all together. Yeah, curdled. Curdled, separating and curdled. That's my other favorite descriptive term. That's... Okay, we're gonna go with sterling, and we're gonna try sterling as the base color. Okay. Teal. Oh, are you guys seeing this? It's just eating it. Okay. That's okay. Kinda. Are you guys seeing this? The actual fuck. Like, nah, homie. I'm just interested to see. Whoops. Oops, where did that drop go? Okay, that was almost bad. It's just eating it. Now just imagine, you guys, that we were trying to water marble. This is one of those situations where you just would not be able to get any kind of consistency in the rings. That is like the most clear demonstration of different polish densities that I've ever seen. That was weird. So I guess that silver is like fully fucking out. Pretty sure the chrome, the color foil, would do the same. It could be a happy accident. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Oh, I was off camera. Let me zoom in on this again. I know I keep zooming in and out, but like, it's cool. It kind of has a silver sheen, but I'm really wanting something more like that. More like that, except what, you guys? Like, that one is my favorite. This one right here. I just like... Needs maybe a little bit more contrast. I kind of want... I feel like I want more white and more of the darkest blue. Okay. Let's... Okay. We've got room here. This'll work. Okay, white base. Dark blue. One drop. Teal. Light blue. Whoa. It's okay. Medium blue. Dark blue. White. Okay. Oh, let's pull out a little bit here. Alright, then we're gonna scoop. And where did all my dark go? And all my white. I feel like that was a fail. That was a fucking fail, and I don't know why. You like the Starry Night looking one the best? The one with the yellow? I don't dislike... Whoa. Okay. That almost landed in my lap. Yeah, I don't dislike it. I just don't like it as well as this one, but I'm very disappointed with how that came out in trying to address my problems, and it does not really seem to have helped at all. Okay. Reconsidering, recalibrating, refinding a clean lid. Well, this is not clean, but it'll work since we're testing. I apologize for how gross it looks. I don't remember what I tried to clean off of here, but as you can see, it's stained and it's dirty. Okay. White. A really generous amount of white. Teal. 1 drop. Medium blue. 1 drop. 2 drops of dark blue. Finish with light blue. Ah. I'm feeling this one, you guys. I'm not completely feeling my wiggle technique on this one, but I'm feeling that color combination. Partly too. Yeah, you guys. Okay, like I it's not good application, but it's good color balance. Yeah? This one. This is okay, this is our working combination here. But we've still got some tweaks to do, and I'm not 100% positive of exactly. Like I'm this end over here I'm liking much more than this end over here, and these 2 chunky spots of white are, well, chunky. That's really like what I'm going for though. Well, what I've decided I'm going for, what I didn't know I was going for at the beginning, but like a blue tonal marble where you're still seeing a lot of stuff happening. It's not just, like I said, like these are pretty, but you're losing all the cool marbliness. We don't care from a stained lid. I'm sorry. It's just like, of course, I paid for that too, didn't I? When I switched to the new nice clean cup for the water marble for the tutorial section last week, and then the fucking water marble bullseye wouldn't stick to the nice clean sides. And we said I should have just stuck with the dirty cup. Yeah, I don't know if there's a tool for that. Allow your viewers to point at shit on your screen. That's really good color balance though. It's like there are some areas where it's blurring together, but then there's other areas where you can clearly see the marbliness. The chunky spots of white are what it really is detracting, but that's fully on me for my application. Some other cool gaming nail chick if I don't clean my lid. Sad part is, like, it's trying to be clean. And then, like, I look at it next to other lids and it's like, no, it's not really clean. I should just, Find one of my brand new lids, you guys. It's like fucking new underwear or socks. Like a new fresh plastic lid that's never had polish on it before. It's all clean and nice. It's a simple little pleasure. The Morning Glory water marble I did a few years ago. Morning Glory what? Now I'm curious. The name kind of rings a bell, but I can't think of what it looked like. Morning Glory. No. Either it wasn't me or it was called something else, Musical. I feel like I almost know what marble you're talking about. The curry at Costco. I have so many. Some of them aren't in this room. My mom saves them for me. And she was like, I'm not going to save you any more lids. I've saved you so many lids. And I was like, no, please keep saving me lids. I think I want to try. Now, okay. Let's, we'll go here. We'll go here. We'll go here. Let's try the old-fashioned way. And I'm trying not to, like, overly use too much polish here. So we've got white. Well, let's just lay it out like this. Blue. Medium blue. See, this, I feel like this way, I have less control over exactly how much polish. And usually when I've done it, I've also, like, even used a striper brush to apply the polish. See, that's gonna be, well, that's gonna be not enough white and not enough dark blue again. Finer lines, which is what I expected, to the swirly bits. Actually, that didn't turn out bad at all. What am I talking about? That turned out kind of bomb as fuck. I wonder... I didn't get quite as much, like, cool... I'm sorry. My brain is doing that thing again where it's like... But it's not like... It's not completing a full thought. Yes! Musical, you have such a good eye, because we are using those colors. These are the exact same colors. Well, of course, no wonder I almost could picture it. That's part of the reason I started. Okay. Don't mind the crazy YouTuber. Partly losing my mind. See, like, so when I sometimes with this technique, like, it can get such small little lines that it almost gets a little bit, like, too busy, which I almost feared that it was doing, but it turned out really good. With the bullseye, you kind of get more chunkier sections, which I like, kind of some chunky sections, and I feel like it gives you better control over the amount of color that you're using. So, but let's try this. Let's, okay, and I mean, keeping consistent with how much I use for the base of the white, I think would be one thing I need to look out for, like a challenge. Like, I'm trying to picture, like, I don't know, I guess this is dime-sized and thick. And then drops, I mean, drops can be different sizes, but generally, one drop, 2 drops, one drop. So, how about instead of just dragging through one way, we just do both ways. See, I feel like I could have used a little bit more white here. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but whoa. Not bad. Ooh. Ooh. I feel like I'm somewhat improving my my dump and wiggle technique too. Like I really like that one swoop of white. I mean, between these two, it's kind of hard to choose. I feel like I got some really cool tonal patches of turquoise in that one. Let's try that way one more time and just see how it turns out. I mean, we're not gonna be able to have a super lot of control with this, you guys. I mean, you see that. This is, you know, it's a marble. None of the marble techniques allow you to truly have that level of control that you may want. Ooh. Well, no. 2. I feel almost like I could maybe use 2 drops of the turquoise too. Because I feel like a couple of these, what I'm missing is that I don't have quite enough turquoise. What if I do like 5 strokes instead of 4? Will that give me like a level of detail that I'm looking for? Let's scoop. Whoop, whoop. I feel like we did not get a ton of white there, but I like that one. Whoa. Lid. I think, as weird as it sounds, I think you can tell that these two were with the same dragging technique, the same initial dragging technique, and these other two were with a different technique. Am I the only... Is that in my head? Or can you guys also see that similarity? What you had for dinner yesterday? Yeah, with color balance, they do look pretty consistent. Even the one where I was just freehand striping it out. My other process question is like, I mean, so looking at these, this is more than one nail's worth. But looking at how much I have left on the lid, that's not 2 nails worth. I almost... Oh, let me try... Oh, okay. Okay. Thoughts happening. Alright, there's our dime-sized white starter. I feel kind of like I want slightly more teal and slightly more white. So what if we do a teal, a white, and then another teal before we move into the medium blue, 1 drop, 2 of the dark blue, and then finish. In fact, maybe I should do like dark blue, light blue, dark blue instead of 2 drops of dark blue and then the light blue. Let's see how this... We're just doing 4 again, but I'm wondering if this will be enough for like 2 nails worth. Definitely getting more teal in there. little bit too muddy. I feel like in some ways the less rings the better. Oh, that's nice. A lot of it is how you draw through it, and a lot of it is how you scoop and wiggle. At first I thought that one I wasn't gonna like, but now that it's done, I actually do like it a lot. It just adds a slightly more oceany feel to it. Okay, we have one more test, I think, and then we're gonna get to doing my nails. We're doing them straight on the nail, Musical. And that may be a whole nother damn story. Yeah. That little one. Oh, I'm not on camera. That little one. Oh, I was saying, Sunburnt, the ones where I had done a bullseye with just petal strokes through it versus the one that was striped with zigzags and the one that was a bullseye with zigzags. I really like that last one. It is kind of scary, Musical. But it'll be okay. Okay, so we're gonna try just one more small little change. Start out with our dime-sized white polish. Yeah, we'll do this again because I like how that last one turned out. Come on. Teal, white, teal. I'm gonna do just one drop of the Pacific Blue, but like a really generous. I'm trying to make it a really generous drop. And then we're gonna go dark blue, light blue. Whoa, that came out pretty generous too. And we'll do one more generous one of the dark blue. Alright. We're drawn through here 4 times. Ooh, that one looks really nice. I think I can get some good scoops here. Scoop. Scoop. I feel like almost like I don't like that one quite as well as the previous one. And it's a very subtle difference. So I think let's zoom just a little bit out again. So this the combination of techniques that we use to get this one is what we're going to be going for on the nail. A lot of the other ones also look good. And like so many things, damn it, it comes down to personal preference. Yeah, I'm tempted to trim that one little... Oh! Well, that would be why. Where can I set this that is a safe, bean-free location? Maybe over here. There. It's cracked. It's literally coming out of the crack in the side. Poor brush. I haven't even used you that often. What happened to you? I'm just trying to see if if there's anything I can really do about this, and I don't think there really is. I mean, I don't think I've ever even actually done a manicure with this. I haven't done anything other than using it for testing the past couple times, and yet I don't feel like a sense of shock, so I feel like I must have known about this and just kind of forgotten. I was thinking before that one of those brushes that they use for gel manicure gradients would work really well for this because it has a real thin, flexible tip, which is part of what I like about this. It's not like a really huge brush, but it allows me to kind of press it flat and then get that wiggly action to get the scoop to then flow off. So I think I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Maybe I can also repair this like after I'm done using it today, like fill in that little crack with, I don't know, glue or gel polish and hope it holds. I don't know. I mean, I don't it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't mind buying supplies, but I still get sad like when stuff breaks, or like just because I get another brush doesn't mean that I wanted to get rid of this brush. So I'm just closing all these. These are already closed. These are closed. These are closed. And we're probably in my purse. See if I can find my camera. Excuse me, since that's kind of important for recording a tutorial. The top two left. I'm just reading your comment and trying to figure out which two were the top two left when I was showing it. Let's show it again. Get these polishes out of the way. So you're talking about these two. Or no. Yeah. And this is the one I'm gonna be, and I did slightly change the drip order. So this one right here, and I'm still not convinced that I'm going with it. This one was white base, turquoise, white turquoise, medium blue, 2 drips of dark blue, and then finishing with a light blue. And I think it may be enough for 2 nails. So I'm gonna attempt that when I get to doing it actually on. Oh, top row for both. So you mean these two. This I think this was without the extra drop of white and turquoise, but they are very similar. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I should write that down. Otherwise I'll forget. Under pressure. The pressure of recording a tutorial. Oops. White base. Teal. White. Teal. Medium blue. Dark blue times 2. Light blue. And then we stick the note somewhere where we can easily glance to the side and be like, oh yeah, now I remember. I remember. Do you remember? Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break before we get started on the nails. I've been going for 2 hours. Quick potty break, stretch break, pet the puppy break, put more ice in my water break. And when we come back, we're going to be doing a scoop marble on my actual nails. I might as well actually finish this setup first, get this camera attached to my ring light so I don't have to mess with it afterwards. Okay. So, I'll leave you these to look at. Stay put, polish. And I'll give you guys some music today. I'll try to, if I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. Should be familiar to all of you guys. And it's 404. No, it's 405. We'll go to 415. Alright. I shall return momentarily. Actually, you can't see that very well, can you? Let me fix that, because it bothers me. Okay, how about that? Oh no, now I need to make it smaller. How can I... Oh, I'm worrying way too much about this, aren't I? Just leave it like this. Leave it like that. And it'll be fine. Okay. Be back shortly. I have returned. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, early. 1 minute early. Okay, let's, top coat, or that's not top coat, that's base coat. Top coat. All the colors that we'll need. And the other determination, just thinking here, maybe I want to grab a couple little other things. Probably will want our cleanup brush eventually. This dotting tool can go away. Maybe this little guy? My thought is that, in some cases we may need to do a little bit of polish surgery around the edges, so I may want a little smaller brush to work with for those details. Boy, we're really... Well, I guess that's okay for now. We'll flip this over. Get a nice clean side of the paper towel. Well, cleaner. And then let's okay. No, actually I do want to get this clean acetone. Hold on just a sec. Whoa. Oh, that was really knocked you guys for a loop there. I'm sorry. My ring light is so large that it actually sticks out a little bit past the edge of my desk. And, yeah. That's what happened there. Okay, so we want nice clean acetone for cleaning off my nails, which are in pretty good shape, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I do have a couple that have little reinforcements on them. They're not broken. I don't want them to be broken. Let's actually also... I'll be right back. Probably won't need this many, but always better to be prepared than pissed off. So let's get more Q-tips. Let's get this off my finger here. Alright, so you can kind of see. Should probably be a little bit closer now. Actually, it's kind of hard to see on most of these. There. Those little bullseyes from those rhinestones are still visible, but they're definitely noticeably lighter. And actually, they're almost... I'm kind of surprised by how much they're already grown out. So I'm just going to go ahead and swipe all my nails down with acetone, as usual, before getting started. Make sure your nails are clean and dry, and this... I mean, I would say it probably actually slightly dehydrates your nail, but as long as you take care of your nail the rest of the time, that's not a big deal, and it gives you really good adhesion whether you're using like a peel-off base or even just a regular base. You know, having super clean dry nails, I feel like with peel-off helps prevent peelies from popping off prior to when they're supposed to. With a regular base, I think it helps with chips and stuff like that. So, quickly finish that. And I just did those reinforcements last night, so I'm glad that I'm getting a proper manicure on, because being just exposed, especially to water and stuff, seems like it makes those last much less time. If they're protected by a manicure, you're less likely to get like cracking or chipping of the patch or of the like reinforcement repair. So now that that's done, actually probably all of these can go. You can go here. So just organizing my brushes properly. We can maybe just do like this. Alright, little brush, cleanup brush. One stick. Let's get a fresh paper towel. And make sure this is pointed where it ought to be pointed. I feel like this is all still just a little bit. Where's my... Oh, the mat is actually... Okay, so... We're going to be right here. Oops. There. Managing 2 cameras. There we go. Alright, they're both pointed at the same thing. So, let's get started by, of course, applying our base coat. Oh, how much shit. I'm just looking at how much... God, what do I still have on here? Oh, okay, hold on a second, guys. Oops, that's not what I meant to loosen. Didn't mean it. I need to, Oh, I don't have a... Okay, I just will have to do it the hard way. I'm pretty sure... I just have to double check here. I only have like 22 minutes worth of space on my memory card, so I'm trying to figure out if I neglected to delete some things. I know I still have some things on here because I haven't had a chance to show them to Grandma yet. But, let me just take a quick look-see here. Well, and that was just last night, so that wasn't removed. Is my last... No, I wouldn't even have that much room if the last tutorial was still on here. What is taking up so much room? This would be much easier to look at on my computer, but when I'm streaming with all my cameras, I actually don't have like any free USB ports. I've thought about getting one of those hubs, but I'm like, do those introduce lag, or how do those even work? And really, how much longer am I going to have this particular computer? We're just going to have to work with this amount of time because I don't know what the hell is on there taking up so much room. When I get a new computer, I mean, I would say that's high. It's like when you're shopping for a car, you got to know what you're looking for and what you're okay not having. I want and will not accept not having a shitload of USB ports. Yeah, I try to be good, Sunburn. I try every time I upload before I like exit the upload, whatever it's called, camera window. Use the organize function, and I at least delete off all of the videos, or I try to, but I still have some videos on there from like the state fair because I haven't had a chance to show my grandma yet. So, alright, well, we'll just have to keep that. Oh, I should have... Okay, we should do this before we get started. I need a camera-ready lid. Well, shit. Come on here. What happened to all my clean lids? I cleaned the lids, you guys. I promise you I did. This'll work. We'll make this work. We will, take advantage of some of these Q-tips we just got here. And, clean this off. I don't know. They're so easy and convenient to use. And it's not like it's hard to clean them off. It's just just enough of a hassle that you're like, oh, I'll do that later. And then when you actually need one, you're like, well, shit, I don't want to do it now. I want to do my nails now. And then you end up with a bunch of dirty lids. Alright. A little bit more. And they're surprised. I mean, you think it's clean, and then you're like, wait a minute, I still see pink, or I still see blue, or whatever color residue. I mean, look at what's coming off on this Q-tip. What color even is that? It's just old polish residue. And like I said, for testing, I don't particularly care, but for the tutorial and for the final manicure, too, I mean, don't want any weird unknown color residue making its way into my manicure. I think maybe it's purple. Well, that would make sense because of red and blue. But it doesn't look like a purple that red and that blue would make. If that makes sense. Okay, that's clean enough. One USB port? Oh my god. Oh yeah, Sharpie. I was thinking the next time I do Sharpies, like the one that I did before I really liked, I did the Sharpie on the nail and then did the alcohol. I was thinking I would like to try the technique where you like scribble it on a lid and then alcohol on the lid and then take that combination onto your nail. I can't I'm still stuck on this one USB port. You don't even understand. Like, just for my streaming stuff, we've got the microphone, we've got the cat cam, which is, I mean, nail polish cam right now. We've got the face cam, we've got the nail cam. That's 4 USB things just right there. And that's not even counting, like, I don't know, whatever the hell else is plugged in here. Printers, external hard drives. Well, one printer. I don't have, like, multiple printers, but even, like, so, like, my PS4 controller or the Xbox controller I was using prior to that plugs in through a USB. So, like, right now, it's not plugged in because I had to plug in my other camera. Oh, yeah, just that minor screen crack. I hope it stays that way for you, Sunburned. It's kind of weird how the cracks connect. Like the one I had in my Chromebook, it stayed the same for a while, but then when it started getting worse, it was, like, drastically getting worse at a time. Alright, let's go here. Let's get going. Starting off with clean, dry nails, I'm going to begin with a base coat. Today I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base. You can use whichever is your personal favorite. When I was wearing the agate marble, when I had a couple pop off, a couple of the peelies pop off early, but I wasn't ready to change the whole manicure. I've tried a couple different things when re-adhering the peelies. I mean, you can use just like an actual regular sticky base coat, but then sometimes that you can't get it to peel. You think, oh well, the peely should be sticking to the regular base coat, and I still should be able to peel it. Well, maybe not. Strictly using the peel-off base, sometimes I feel like it doesn't want to dry properly, or it wants to extra peel off quick. So what I usually do if I'm doing that, like if I just need it for, you know, run a couple errands, I just need it to last until I get back home again. Apply a coat and wait like 10 to 20 seconds, let it partially, almost mostly dry until it's just really sticky and tacky, rather than wet it all, and then apply the peely. What I did this last time was like a really light, thin coat of the peel-off, and then right at the tip of the nail and a little bit at the cuticle, a little bit of regular base coat. And that really seemed to hold them on well. The ones you want are way more than you want to spend. That's always the way. Computers, cars, I know when I was shopping for my car, I had set myself a budget, and then I was like looking at what was within my budget, and I was like, but this doesn't have this, or this doesn't have this, or that has so many miles on it. And I was just like, I think I have to increase my budget if I want to get something that I'm going to be happy with for the long term. Because, like, I'm not like let's just go buy a new car type of person. Like, I keep my car so far until it's totaled. Not my fault ever, but that's every time I've gotten a new car, it's because I had gotten in a car accident. But, it's an investment, something I plan on having for a long time. So, and I do really love my car. I'm glad that at the time it was kind of like, oh my God, this is expensive. But it was worth it. It really was. If I had, stuck with my original budget, I think I probably would not be this happy still, 6-7 years later? I should know that. That's the type of stuff you think you're never going to forget, and you absolutely forget. It's one of those things. I remember, it was like probably on Instagram or something, and you don't realize until after you're done reading it that every single word in it is misspelled, and it's about how the brain, recognizes certain combinations of letters, even in some cases when they're not in the correct combination, it still is able to decipher what it is, which, I mean, is handy in some ways, but then in other times is less useful. Got a nose itch going on here. And I'm just letting the base coat dry. I feel like that possibly played a part in the last couple I've had that have worn really well, is making sure that the base coat is honestly, truly, swear to goodness, fully dry before moving on to the nail art. And especially in this case, because I've decided I'm not doing a base color. I think that the scoop is going to be a thick enough coat to be opaque, and hopefully I'm right about that. Yeah, and some people even just budget that into your budget. Like my grandpa always used to say, you either have car payments or you have car repairs, because hopefully if you make payments, you got like a good warranty. You don't have to really pay for anything else. A lot of times now you even get like free oil changes and all that kind of stuff, so you really aren't having to pay for the maintenance-y kind of things. But I can see the appeal of, like, just having that in your budget. You have a car payment in your budget, and you lease a vehicle or whatever for, I don't know, what are leases, 2-3 years, and then get a new different lease. I can kind of see it, but I also, on the same page, like, can't relate. Like, I've owned all 3 of my cars, like, I even, on my last one, like, I was very hesitant to, like, make payments, but I kind of wanted to do some credit building, so I ended up doing it, and ended up paying it off early, in part because I did not want to still have a car payment after I left my office job, when I knew that my income wasn't going to be, guaranteed anymore. So that was one of the things I made sure to do before I quit my job, was to complete all my car payments. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're going to be getting, like, directly right into the tutorial here, because I'm not doing a base color. We don't need any Simply Peel. I mean, Simply, if you really, really thought you would get messy with this, you could certainly go for Simply Peel. You also, and I fail to say this so often, damn near anything you see me do, you can do it as a decal if you either are not confident working directly on your nail, or, like, if you're maybe confident on one hand, but working on your dominant hand is always a difficulty. You can paint one hand and do decals on the other hand with the same design. No latex. I don't plan on getting super messy. I'm pretty sure I didn't use latex last time. And the last time I did this, I was using black, which you guys know is a difficult thing to clean up. I was using black, and neon colors last time. I think this would be really, really good to do as a decal, especially, I mean, depending on how big you made your area. Like, you even could do multiple ones and keep building onto the same area and just make like a really long, continuous, like imagine if all these were connected. And then you could just go through like with your nail and say, okay, I want this section. And when you cut the decal, cut that perfect section for your nail. I mean, especially with the randomness of this design, I can see the appeal of that. I just ain't got time for that. So, we'll go over these colors. Let's see here. White, teal, blue. Alright. What is touching my foot? Oh, it's my purse. Okay. Show the color. When do I want to open these bottles? I guess we'll use editing magic. The colors that I'm going to be using today are all Sally Hansen from the Hardest Nails Extreme Wear line. We've got White On, which is obviously the white. We've got this teal, which is called Blew Me Away. This sort of medium blue is called Pacific Blue. Then we've got our dark blue. It's very metallic. This is called Blue It. And the lightest blue that I'm going to be using is Babe Blue, which is one of my favorite lighter colors. And now I'm going to open all these and get them ready to go. Thank you, Musical. I filed them. I don't think it was this week. I think it was last week. I'm quite pleased with them right now. I know I'm going to have to file them shorter in a minute because that nail bend yesterday was just like a warning. Like, look, you're close to the point where you're going to break your nails from trying to wear them longer than you can possibly manage. Okay. So, oh, are you lying to me? Fucking camera. Okay. Camera's already claiming that its battery is dying. So, we're just gonna preemptively switch the battery. I swear I charged this battery. I'm trying to remember when I bought these. Maybe at the beginning of the year. Like, when they get old, they don't hold a charge for as long. But I feel like these new ones are not that old yet. I mean, I've got multiple batteries. It's just kind of a hassle switching them because... Where are we here? This is the battery cover. So the mount... I have to unmount it in order to change the battery. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even honestly care. Why are you crooked here? Is this not... Hold on. Must adjust. I'm gonna have to... Oh, I see. You're loose. Whoa. Okay, we'll adjust this here. Talking to myself, don't mind me. I mean, I guess you have to mind me, because you're watching and listening, but half of the mumbling doesn't mean much. Let's just get back where we want to be here. Oh, you actually remember your zoom. Okay, just make this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so it's like a scratches in the plastic were looking like leftover polish, but they're just scratches. So I've got a plastic lid to work on here, and I'm going to be starting each scoop marble with some white polish as the base color. I actually don't have a base color on my nails, and I'm going for a thick little circle that's about the size of a dime, or maybe a little bit larger. We're going to start out with that base white. We're going to do 1 drop of teal, another drop of white, then another drop of teal. Then we're going to use the medium blue, just 1 drop of this, but kind of one real nice and healthy drop, not a skimpy drop. 2 drops of the dark blue. This is really going to help with the contrast, having, from white to the very dark blue. And then finishing off with just 1 drop of the lightest blue. Got an orange stick here, and I'm just going to draw through this about 4 times to add a little bit of pattern there. And then I've got a flat brush that I'm going to be scooping that up with and depositing it on my nail. And hopefully we'll get some cool patterns here. Just apply it with a little bit of a wiggle back and forth, like that. Might need to probably scoop up a little bit more, and then just continue. And I've got some places that need filling in, but I've actually got enough polish here to do a second nail. So I'm going to do that first. Again, just scoop it up, and then kind of apply it on your nail with a little bit of a back and forth, up and down, side to side wiggle. Like that. So, I've still got some polish on this brush, and I actually had a smaller brush out, but I think I'm going to attempt this with this normal brush, or the brush that I've already been using. I'm just going to kind of pull this to the sides so that it's all the way to the side of my nail. I just wiped it off a little bit there. Got some extra polish there. Just kind of work with it. It's pretty thick, and you're going to want to let it set. In fact, I've got a little bit extra here. I can even use that to kind of pull and fill in on the sides here. And because it is thick, you're going to want to let it set with your nails resting flat before you move your hands around too much. Like before you go to do your thumb, you want to make sure that all the nails are properly set so that they don't start drifting to the side. If you have a lot that's pooling at the side, you can use an orange stick to clean up a little bit more, like this. But be careful, because if you're touching that design, it's gonna move. So don't move it in a direction that you don't want it. And I'm just gonna repeat that for all my nails. Actually, I'm going to just sit here for a minute because I'm loving this, by the way, you guys. Like, loving this. Like, shit, yeah. Loving this. If my polishes were a little bit fuller, I would just go ahead and move along. But, I probably shouldn't mess with this too much because I don't want to drag it too much, because I kind of like the way this one has got a very, like, horizontal thing going on, and then it's a lot different from that one. I probably should have finished this one. This one was a little bit, like, when I started trying to pull the sides, it had already started to set. But you see, Musical, I think it was you, was skeptical of not using latex. We're not super messy here. As long as you're not using like really watery polishes or get too gigantic of a scoop, you should be able to keep it mostly on your nails. The reason I'm not immediately moving into my next nails is because some of these are, like the white is empty to the point where it's much easier to pick up the bottle, to tilt it and get that, to get a goodly amount of polish on there. So I don't want to be, again, holding something with my nails this way. Gravity is going to pull that wet polish in whatever direction your nails are sitting. So I'm just going to sit here for a minute more. And I did manage to even wrap the tips a little. Just by, like, when I go, just, like, pulling that final bit, just, like, kind of almost with the side of the brush on the side of my nail. So, I think we made the right call here, you guys. These are not identical. They're not even fully consistent because we're not getting a lot of white here. But they're both freaking awesome. So, let me read chat while I'm sitting here letting this set a while more. I think it's just about done. I mean, not done drying. I mean, this is not dry. This is thick, but I think it's to the point where I can move my hand around a little bit without worrying about it, like, blurbing about. Isn't that the way? All the things, like they say, you know, the plumber's plumbing never works, or, you know, the barber with uncut hair. You don't... Well, that's just ridiculous. Not to have a battery backup, like, that's not good advertising. Definitely trying this. Looks amazing. Thank you, Lunar. Yeah, I would say... I'm not sure, and I don't want to, like, grab it right now, because I would probably manage to make a disaster. Finding the right colors is the key, and getting a really good wiggle technique, I think. This, I really love the way this turned out, and I'm not even going to try to duplicate it, because, I mean, part of this is about it's supposed to look a little more random, but I almost feel like both of these turned out better than my tests. You know what I mean? We got some interesting stuff here. We got some contrast. We didn't make a huge mess. And I've got a little bit of leftover polish, but overall, so what is this? We've got white base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drops. Base plus 7 drops is a very good amount for 2 nails worth of scoop marbling. Yeah, it's like, where's your confidence in your product, yo? Okay, so now we can move on, I think. I may still get a little bit of drift, but it's not like when you first apply this, I guarantee you could pick your hand up and hold it at an angle and watch it. I mean, it would be just like drip marbling. That's how much polish we're talking about here. Oh, I was just gonna say, these are gonna create pretty thick peelies. I wanted to show you guys. Just grab one of these. I hope this will come across on camera. The peelies from the... Like, on top, they look really dark. On the bottom, you can kind of see, like, how transparent they are. Like, you can pretty much see through these, which I found really interesting because I didn't notice any visible nail line when I was wearing it. But the peelies are so transparent and cool looking. And I have, like, almost a flawless set of peelies. FYI. If you're a peely fan like I am. I just like them. I can't even properly say out loud in words why I like them so much. I just know that I like them, so... I have accepted it. Yeah, maybe it is. Now that you say that too, though, Jackie, sometimes that is something that I forget to take into account. Like, working on the base coat rather than working on a piece of paper. Just like working on a painted nail rather than working on a piece of paper. The grippiness of it is going to be different. So... we'll just, I'm not sure how I cut that last time, and I'm not sure how this transition will go. If I'm not sure how a transition will go, it's always kind of a good idea to just start with, like, a basic plain paper towel background. And then just get into whatever else I was going to work on. So let's, again, start out with a dime-ish sized blurb. Then we got our teal. More white. More teal. Generous scoop of blue. well, drop of blue. And 2 drops of dark blue. And finish with the light blue. I feel like the size of the base color is also important because it's dictating kind of how far the other ones have to spread. 3, 4. Alright. I'm just trying to pick an area with a good amount of white to hopefully get on here. Whoa, look at that. And like you can pull it as it's on your nail too. Do you guys kind of see how that's working? Let's get some of this darker section here. Kind of pull around the side. Do the tip. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to wipe my brush. I'm not fully cleaning it. And then I'm going to go in here. We've got another good area of white. And again, with like the wiggle and the swirl. Scoop, scoop, wiggle, swirl. And just pull it. That index finger, y'all. It's almost got too much polish. It really does. I can see it pooling over the sides. But that pattern, that's some scooping and some wiggling. So I'm just going to I'm pulling it on the side, and I'm kind of pulling it similar in the direction it's already going. So that I'm not like on the ring finger, I was really trying to be careful because I didn't want to too much pull it in a direction when it was mostly going horizontal. Kind of the same thing here. Like on this side, it doesn't matter to add a little bit of horizontalness because we've already sort of got a vertical line going, but over here we're mostly horizontal, so I'm trying to pull and clean in balanced directions, if that makes sense. Oh, that's... You almost can see a spiral in there, even though no spiral exists. Do you guys see it? That one is like maybe my favorite so far. Okay, that was a little bit much excitement, but I'm excited about this. I was still a little bit skeptical. I will confess. After the testing, I was like, this better turn out on my nails. I'm loving the fuck out of this. I really am. We're just gonna sit here again for a minute and let these settle. And it also helps, like, just holding them level like this, or maybe even like a slight angle toward the tips. Like if I look at it from the side, I can kind of see some lumps and bumps from the application, from the way you're swirling it on. See, and it's really interesting, like this one, the middle nail, it does not have the detail that you're getting on the index nail, but it doesn't look out of place. We talked about this with the agate water marble too, the random but consistent. This is a perfect example because this is very random and yet it's still, these are consistent within each other, and it's because we've got that consistent amount of polish that we're working with. Never be ashamed to change. I'm not exactly. I'm more ashamed that like I doubted myself. I mean, it could have sucked though. My doubt could have been correct, but it turned out not to be. Now I'm a little bit wondering. I think for this thumb. Well, what am I doing here? I don't want quite as much for my thumb because I'm not going to be doing 2 nails at once. I'm trying to move my hand so that up, like out of camera, my other nails are still flat because I'm getting a little bit impatient. We're just going to see what we can do here for this thumb. I think what I'm going to do is, and I may regret it, what I'm gonna do is eliminate the additional... Well, first I'm going with the almost slightly smaller than dime-sized. Then I'm gonna eliminate... Whoops. I'm just making the drop of teal like a hefty drop. And I'm eliminating the second teal and white. Just because I don't want to waste too much polish. And we're gonna keep this 2 drops. But like 2 moderate drops, not 2 hefty drops. Well, maybe a moderate drop and a hefty drop. And then end it with the light blue. Now we're gonna... like so. Go for some of this area with a goodly amount of white. Ooh. Where'd the white go? I mean, we're getting good shit here, but where'd the white go? Well, here's some white. We'll pull it in from the side. Oh yeah, look at that. Pull it around. Cap the tip. Scoop a little bit more. Finish off that corner. Finish off right in there. Finish off right in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bomb. Bomb as hell. This, I mean, okay, so honestly, like when I did this before, with the black and the neon, it turned out pretty cool. But it didn't turn out as cool as my testing. It didn't turn out kind of as cool as I wanted to, and I don't know if you guys saw when I just cleaned that. It wasn't quite in line with the others, but it kind of added to the design. So it was an instance where it was okay that I was swiping against the design because it still ended up flowing with the design and kind of added to the design, if that makes sense. And it was far enough from my initial vision that I think it kind of intimidated me away from this technique. But this, like, makes me just want to do it in all kinds of colors. Because this is turning out awesome. You like that, Ninja? We are, let's see if I can get the others back in here while keeping the thumb flat. We are having some awesome shit happening here. Alright, let's give this thumb a minute here to set. In fact, you know, I might even, in fact, I think I will. Well, no, well, okay, I'm debating if I want to clean up and top coat this hand before doing this hand. Because even, yeah, I think I should. That would be the good way to do it. Because otherwise, I mean, the odds of me just knocking these into something, and like I said, they're not dry. They're set. They're not dry. Odds are high. Could be. I want to do beach nails with that random spiral pattern that I used in the water marble last year. Like, picture some colors like this, with maybe a little bit more aqua and then like a sandy tan mixed in there in those like striations, which turned out a lot like this ring finger. I was really liking how that water marble. But I mean, even this looks like watery, oceany, swirly. Need some sand though for me to make it feel like a beach. Oh, I just love this. I'm so happy, you guys. Alright, let's, we'll set this to the side here for a minute. And I don't think I'm going to close those because this won't take that long. But we are definitely going to do a little bit of cleanup here. I'm going to go ahead and complete my right hand, okay, this is not my right hand. I'm going to go ahead and complete my left hand before I get started on my right hand. So I'll be doing a little bit of cleanup around the edges with a small brush dipped in acetone before finishing with top coat. I'm kind of impressed with myself of how neat I was able to, like, freehand this cuticle area on most nails. Of course, I think, too, like I said, holding your hand still and steady and flat, you're getting, the curvature of your nail means that any excess polish is going to want to flow to the sides rather than toward the cuticle. So that probably helped a little bit, too. Just holding your hand real still and steady. What is this hair? Not that it's a disaster if you do get a messy cuticle area, because you can just... I mean, you can always just swoop in there and make everything neat and tidy. Whoa, careful there. And this is another time when you will notice that it's not really dry. Because you'll, like... the acetone will kind of go through that top solidified layer and you'll get to, like, a gooey layer. Just always want to be mindful and patient. Patience is definitely a virtue with this type of stuff, because it's when you rush that the accidents happen. Hi, Caters. I'm glad you like it. I'm kind of feeling it myself. I'm so pleased that we've gotten to this from not even having any polishes out when I started stream. Like, in that instance, I guess I was confident in myself because I wasn't panicking at not having a plan. And the lack of panic actually paid off. Alright. Just about done here. I got worried for a second about my thumb because I realized I was holding it really weird, but apparently it was, in fact, as set as I thought it was, as I hoped it was. And in some cases, too, I'm seeing, like, this is so thick, and because of the way that we apply it, there are actually almost layers to the pattern. So sometimes you might almost swipe away a little bit of polish unintentionally and reveal, like, a slightly different part of the layer, like a slightly different color. That's actually another manicure I would like to attempt sometime. Is I've seen it called, like, jawbreaker nails, where you paint, like, multiple layers of multiple different colors, and then you get, like, a Q-tip with acetone, and you start rubbing it away at, like, an angle, so that you actually can see, like, the different layers of polish. I'm just getting in there a little bit closer. I'm aware I'm off camera, you guys. I'm just getting, actually, I think I could use a Q-tip in here. So, like, when it does get, like, flowy, and especially when you're having, like, cleanup, let's see here, how do I want to, like, under here, under in the nails and in the corners, like on my ring finger right here. I mean, I'm just going to go back in there with a little Q-tip. Not that it'll hurt anything if you don't. I mean, that's not visible from the top through your painted nails. But you're going to have to clean it up eventually. Otherwise, if you don't, or even sometimes if you do, I mean, I can't see how well I'm doing that cleanup. What may happen is that, you take off your polish, your manicure, and then you realize, oh crap, I had a bunch of polish underneath my nails and stuff. Okay, almost done here. It's also another thing, like I said, I forget which one that was. If you get that outline nice and clean, it'll help hide any other little... Oh, I'm still recording here. Shit. Oh, I still got 8 minutes. We've got plenty of time on my little limited memory card. Just having that nice, even outline will help fool the eye if there's any other things that you want to kind of keep people from noticing or detract from. There we go. Alright, give that just a minute. You don't want the, like any wet acetone residue before you do your top coat, or you sometimes end up with polish, like, getting on your top coat brush, like especially when you wrap the tips. And of course, top coat is clear. You don't want getting colored polish all inside of it. I love how different these all are. I'm glad this one is keeping with the color story, even though we switched it up a little bit so as not to have too much leftover polish. Man. It's just so fucking awesome. Alright. Let's do some top coat. That juicy, juicy top coat. Alright. For my top coat, as usual, I'm using Seche Vite. The magical moment when top coat is applied. Yeah. And I do have a tendency to, just out of habit and paranoia, check the brush after I wrap the tips. Like, just to see if there's any little residue or whatever left on there. I do see a couple bubbles on this nail. We'll have to see. Hopefully the top coat will resolve those and help them settle out. If we see in a minute that they're still there, we may add a second layer of top coat, because that's another one of my secrets to help deal with bubbles in weird places. And really, it's not surprising that this technique can have some bubbles with it, because if you think about it, whenever you're like dripping polishes together, that's an opportunity for air to get in there. When you're dragging through it to get that drag marble design in it prior to scooping, that's an opportunity for air to get in there. The scoop is an opportunity for air to get in there. Bristles within the paintbrush, I suppose, could have air trapped in them. And then, of course, even the application on the nail is another opportunity for bubbles. So, and it's thick, which, I mean, of course, most people know when you're applying polish, do thin coats. And this is like the opposite of all that. I don't usually do this, but I've got like a lot of goober of top coat right here, so I'm just gonna... Otherwise, usually top coat messes end up just getting, like, I often get top coat, like, right here. It'll peel off pretty easily. I mean, more easily even than regular polish seems to, honestly. It's fucking juicy, man. I mean, it doesn't even look delicious, so I don't know why juicy seems such an appropriate word, but it is. So, we're going to do all that over again on my right hand and hope that my left hand has the wiggle skills to make it work. We're going to need some more acetone over here. Being very mindful. Again, Seche Vite is a miracle worker, but there are limits to the miracle. You know, I can touch this nail. Well, there we are. I can touch the nail. I'm not leaving a fingerprint. But if I were to, I don't know, do something violent to this nail, you definitely could still dent it. You definitely could still smudge it. You know, I probably could manage a trip to the bathroom because I'm wearing a skirt. If I had jeans on, I would probably need to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I can see how these could have a winter feel too. like blowing cold, icy awesomeness. I think we've got how much? Yeah, we've got a couple minutes left here. So we can record doing the next hand also. Where we're going to be here, right about here. So, I'm going to give this just another minute to dry. I've made this mistake. Well, you guys have seen me before when I move on to my next hand and I just do something klutzy with my left, like bash it into a bottle of polish instead of picking up the brush nicely. And something like this would be, I mean, I'm not going to say it'd be impossible to repair, because I mean, the randomness makes it easier, both easier and harder to repair. Like, you could dab some more polish in there and it may or may not be obvious. But I'd like to maintain the integrity as it is instead of needing to do polish surgery. So, again, patience. Yeah, water. I just am... These are like... I love these, you guys. Like, I can't. The only way I could possibly love these more is if they were purple. Actually, black and white would also look really good. Actually, a mix of colors would look really good. That Starry Night version would look good. We're going to be doing more of this. I feel like I have a little bit cracked the code of this. Part of it is really, like, not forcing the colors. Like, or maybe that's not the right way to put that. Being really mindful of the colors. Like, using the bullseye method instead of the stripes of polish method, I feel like allows more consistency in the amount of polish that you're using. And then, like, really look, if you do something and you don't like it, like, really looking at it and being like, what is it about this that I want to change? Like, I mean, it took me a while to even identify with that other one what I wanted to change. But once I figured it out, you get the contrast, and then just working on and perfecting the wiggle, the scoop and the wiggle are equally, if not more important than the amount of polish and getting that little base pattern. And you don't even necessarily have to do that little bit of drag marbling that I do through the pattern, but you would not get as much. It's kind of like doing a spiral in a water marble. If you do something first and then you draw through it, you're getting skinnier little detail lines. If you were to just scoop up directly from that bullseye, you would still be able to get something like this, but the pattern would be a lot chunkier. So I'm also making sure to keep the strokes through the design consistent. I felt like 3 was not enough. I felt like 5 was too many, so we've been doing 4 strokes through that bullseye. And like I said, that's helping with the consistency in the randomness. Arctic ice fields. I'm listening to all these descriptions and thinking about it because, I don't know, maybe this will just be blue scoopy marble. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I have the most perfect, wonderful, creative name for this manicure, and sometimes I'm just looking like it. It's blue. Call it the Arctic Ice Field Scoop Mani. Alright, I think we've given that enough time. Let's get to work on our right hand here. What time is it? Just after 5. That's not too bad, you guys. Another way to know if your manicure is dry, and a lot of you probably know this already. I mean, I could touch these still smell wet. Once you can't smell them anymore, then they're dry. That explains why you're thinking about food now. I'm thinking about food too, honestly. I feel like I usually am. Of course, was it last week that we got to food so early in the stream? It was like a half hour in the stream. We're like, what's for dinner? I'm not sure what's for dinner. I'm kind of... Sometimes I have the best of intentions, but a lot of times... Actually, let's have again, as we were talking about, clean transitions. Sometimes on Saturday, like once I cut stream, I'll realize I was much, much more tired than I thought I was. Or, maybe on a good day, I actually start editing on a Saturday evening, and then I just really don't feel like cooking. I mean, I like cooking. I honestly do. But, I mean, sometimes I just don't feel like it. So then I go with something that's either probably like frozen style, which I think frozen dinners get a bad rep. There are some pretty decent frozen dinners out there now. Or I do something that's like unhealthily, like snack style as a meal. Like nachos. A lot of you guys know that's one of my favorite go-to meals. And our bullseye here is drifting. I'm thinking this lid is maybe a little bit warped. So hopefully this won't... Whoa, we're really gotten a lot of drift here. And I apologize, we're not quite on camera. We'll see how this goes. There. I think that'll be okay. We'll hope. Okay. Scoop. Whoa. We've got a lot of polish there. Pull you down to the side, please. And pull this around here. Like that. Okay, that's okay. That was a messy, messy scoop. Get some of this darkness down here. Ooh. Well, alright, pull the sides. And sometimes it's just a matter of literally like touching and pulling down. And sometimes you may need to scoop a little bit more polish from the lid. Okay. That's okay. Let's do a little scrapey cleanup here. Huh. That one actually turned out very similar to my other ring finger. Oh. There, that's still okay. Another thing I would like to try soon, someday soon, but I'm pretty sure that in this case it would be something I'd want to do as decals, is fluid art for nails. Which, like, involves either a spotting nail polish or, like, using some silicone to help create spots. Take out yesterday and planned for today and got a salad for dinner. That sounds really... I'm a fan of salads. I really am. Habit Burger Night for you? Is that actually a place? Or do you mean just like out of habit you're getting a burger? And does this have anything to do with your wife not being there, Doc? No wife can't have food. Oh, it is actually a place. I think that's kind of actually a great name for a burger joint. Like, hey, make this burger a habit. A really good hamburger sounds delicious right now. I don't know if I want to or have time to go up to Big Louie's, though, and that's usually where I like to go get my burgers. Leftovers. Excuse me. I'm not like the hugest fan. Oh, I guess I could have been stopping this. I'm not like the hugest fan of leftovers, but certain things are almost better leftover. Had to do a bunch of crap today. More computer crap or hopefully not work stuff on the weekend. Feel free to say none of your damn business, Colette. I'm getting to that point where I feel slightly impatient and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to give this the patience that it deserves. Man, this one, it almost is like a gradient, this ring finger. Because we got a lot of the light stuff at the bottom and a lot of the darker stuff at the tip. I think you can tell there too. how that ring light reflection is warping at the tip. How there's like a thicker blob at the end there. And that's why we don't have a fully smooth reflection right there. It's okay though. Like I said, holding it, just waiting, fucking being patient. Like, patience, I feel like, is my strong suit. Sometimes I'm like not feeling super patient, and like right now is actually one of those moments. But it's important, and whatever does not self-level out, hopefully Seche Vite will take care of the rest. Apply a nice, thick, great coat. Steam too. Steam seems like it updates all the time. I feel like a couple times a week, Steam is telling me that it updated and it wants to restart. Okay, we're gonna go for the next one. Oh, let's record this. I think I have just enough, barely enough memory card to record this final piece. Or final nail. Well, I guess it's actually not the final nail. It's gonna be 2 nails, and then we're still gonna need to do 1 thumb. Alright, there's our white. We're not drifting here, so that's good. I can see a bubble in that white, too. As we were just talking about bubbles. See, it's where that little... Where the teal did not evenly spread. That's a bubble. More white. More teal. Whoa, that's a big old drop. More medium blue. Big old drop. Dark blue. 2 drops. I wonder how different it is, like 1 big old drop compared to like 2-ish drops. And then light blue. We got less drift on this one. Although I am still seeing, I mean, I guess now that I look at it, it's pretty obvious that this lid is pretty warped. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is noticeably different. I should have probably practiced some more in my notebook, just like scooping left-handed. Whoa. That was... Well... Whoa. 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 Messy. It's okay. I feel like I want just a little bit of... Can I just get this white here? Maybe this white. I just want a little bit of... There. That doesn't look too silly. It looks a little bit silly. That little bit of white I just added at the tip. I maybe should have skipped that. It felt like it needed it. Then it felt like I shouldn't have done it. Alright. Get the wiggle. Get the scoop, get the wiggle. Whoa. Kinda almost running out of polish here. It's okay. In this case, we're actually going to scoop from over here, where there's some extra, and bring it up here on the tip, where I feel like we need a little bit more. There. Okay, let's, get our orange stick, and... Whoa! Okay, I touched the lid there, but it's okay. A little scrapey scrape. Get this one here. We got a lot of drift here. It's okay. As long as the design that remains on the nail is cool, a little bit of messiness is... Or a little bit of drift, I mean. And if you hear that beeping, that is my camera saying, I am full as fuck right now, and you cannot do anything else more with me. So, I'll need to delete some things, upload to my computer, and then delete some things before I can take care of recording the intro and outro, which I usually do right after stream. But I get so awkward at those parts. That's why I don't do it while I'm on stream. Well, that, and I usually need to make some room on my camera. But it's like, I don't know, for some reason that is so awkward for me. Got a lot pulling on the side of this one, too. It's okay, too, because, the more that pulls off, the less extra thick it's going to be. I mean, like, a nice thick layer of polish is one thing. But you don't want it, like, so thick that it's, like, you feel it, if you know what I mean. Fix the ballast on one of your garage lights. I don't even know what that is. It's like cartoon eyes and it makes you squee. The storm on Neptune. Or you mean this middle nail? Yeah, you were talking about some Hollow Knight streaming, weren't you? Did I miss your stream, Ninja, or were you able to get back to sleep last night? This is still very... And this is another way you can kind of tell when it's done settling, when you stop getting your sidewalls filled up. That's when you can kind of tell that the surface has set to a degree, and that the drifting is going to be more minimal. Too tired yesterday to stream anything. Titanfall 2. I don't even know what that is. Get all the creepers just watching you sleep. No way. Not Dr. Crotron was trying to sabotage you. I think that's against the toss. No sleep streams. Yeah, I really like this middle one. I don't know, that little goober at the tip, that little goober of white at the tip, does it fit or does it just look silly? It's not enough to ruin anything. And it doesn't look horrible, but I feel like that I can see that was like artificially added on there and it's not part of the organic marble design. It's only against if you're not a partner. And sleep stream for weeks. That's why. I'm trying to even imagine. I mean, I suppose there's like a kink and a fetish for everything, but watching somebody sleep just seems super boring. Yeah, partners get away with shit. They do. I mean, that's a fact of life. Somnophilia. I mean, I don't know why I should be surprised. Like, I guess I can see... Like, it's not up my alley, but I guess I can see in most other cases. Yeah, I guess I could see how that could be interesting. Watching somebody sleep, are you kidding? We've discovered the cure for narcolepsy. Just get a bunch of somnophiliacs watching you and you will be wide awake. Okay, we're gonna possibly be going too fast here. I think these are pretty set though. I want to get this thumb done. So let's get our little base dime here. I can feel this one. I should have gone closer toward the edge. I can already feel this one drifting toward the center. It's the last nail though. I could like 100% fuck up this nail and it still would not fuck up this manicure. That's how bomb this manicure is. And again, we're using a slightly different bullseye pattern because we're just doing one nail on our thumb. So we're skipping 2 drops of polish-ish, and we're trying not to go heavy-handed on the others in order not to be super wasteful. Alright, we're going to get in here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to get the weird, awkward thumb angle. Actually, no, we're going to hope that this is dry enough. We're going to go like this. Brush. Okay, clean the brush. feel like my hand is sitting right in the wet polish. Yeah, it was. I was kind of joking, but I'm not loving the thumb, but it's okay though. We're gonna get a little bit more polish here. We're gonna just fill in this wonky side here. We're just gonna like pull all that. Yeah. Okay. Let's not put our hand full of polish anywhere horrible. Let's move this. Let's wipe the hand. There, that's better. Alright, so just sitting here chilling. Well, I guess I could do a little bit more cleanup here. Desperately trying to pretend still doing psych rotation. What are you on now, Ninja? Are you on OB or is that over already? I will admit I have a hell of a time trying to keep track of what you're rotating when. This is awkward. But I hate moving like everything over to the opposite side when I'm working with my opposite hand. See, like this one, I feel like, no, I guess I kind of like it. I don't super like this big blue circle toward the tip. That was pour, scoop, and wiggle. That's what that was. Pour, scoop, and wiggle. Before taking sleep studies and all have like super fast REM, even when napping. You know, I've heard people say, or you know, like studies, doctors or whatever, you have to be asleep a certain time to fall into REM. It's bullshit to me. Because yeah, I've literally fallen asleep in a nap and woken up and known and remembered my dream. Still OB. Will you actually, is it possible you could actually like deliver a baby? That would be cool. It would be a thing. Can't deny that. A lot less likely for you not to deliver a baby. Well, I was assuming it was like the other ones where they could be like, hey, you mind if this dude's in here? And a lady in labor might be like, look, it's enough fucking people in here. Keep your student doctor out of my damn business, literally. Better than helping with the hysterectomies. But hey, if you help with the hysterectomy, maybe you can be the robot doctor, Ninja. Just let the robot catch the baby. Yeah, full dreams, like, yeah, in that 10 minutes, it's like a long-ass dream. You're like, how did I dream that whole dream in this 9-minute snooze? This one, for some reason, maybe it's because of this particular round blue thing at the tip, this reminds me of Earth. None of the other ones do, and this doesn't even have barely any turquoise, let alone any green. But it's giving me, like, Earth from space vibes. Alright, let's, I will move my acetone over here to do this cleanup, and I will clean this brush off a little bit better before I stick it over here. Alright. And, okay. Oops. Oh, it's okay. I thought that was hard enough to possibly put a dent in it, but Seshvita's been doing its job this whole time. We've been working on the other hand. Seshvita's been working. Barely any nail polish smell. That would be hype. I mean, I never have fucked around with a robot that was like a doctor robot, but no, it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before when I went to California for the Google event, and then we spent the next day, or was it just the afternoon? Anyway, me and some of the other TCs, we were in, The hell is the city over there that starts with a P? Anyway, we went walking in there downtown, and we're walking along. I think we had just, like, had dinner or whatever. And, this robot rolls out of the store with the video screen on it, and the lady's like, "Hi there." And we're like, "What? Fucking robots are talking to us?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm in Florida right now. How are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Well, we're great. How's it in Florida?" She's like, "Great. You want to come in and look at our robots? You want to drive one of our robots?" We're like, "What?" So we go in there, and we could, on a screen, get on there and drive a robot like the one she's rolling around with, except it's, like, in a completely different location. It's not where we are, and it's not where she is. And they've just got, like, the, little stations set up, little stores set up, and they advertise them for, like, students or for, like, business meetings. And they weren't anything, like, fancy. It was just, like, some wheels and then a screen at about, like, people height. But it was so fun to, like, control this little robot. Palo Alto. Yes, Moon. That's it. Palo Alto. I think. Shit, no, I'm not sure. That sounds right, though. I'm 90% sure it was Palo Alto. By the college. Which college? The expensive one. The fuck is it called? Ooh, I really like this. Sometimes it's the smallest little details in these kind of patterns that'll really, like, get you. That you really just love. In this case, it's that little swirl right by my cuticle. It's got a little bit of white on it, too. Not the big patch of white, not the white on the tip. The little just swirl right by my cuticle. It's adorable. Alright, and then after this, we'll top coat, and then we'll be done, you guys. It's amazing. It's not a 5-hour stream today. It's only, I'm guessing, maybe like 4. Oh, not even that long. Well, we're not done yet. Cleanup always seems to take way longer than I expect it to. Do you want to be a robot? You'll never have to worry about human things again. Everything will be wonderful. Put a GoPro on a skateboard. I mean, that might work if the skateboard was a boosted board. Control that remotely, just be going around. Probably could really move around with something like that. There was a hair stuck in my nail. And it kind of... You see that little piece sticking out there now? That's where I pulled the hair out. I'm going to try and very gently just tap it back in there, into place. It's probably a beanie hair. Pretty sure, because if it was mine, it would have been much curlier. And I do leave a lot of hair around, but somehow the hair that gets in my manicures is always Beanie's hair. Oops. I maybe shouldn't say it. I don't leave like a lot of hair around, but I mean, kinda I do. Maybe Stanford, although that doesn't quite sound right. Room service robots, hell yeah. That's a perfect use for robots. I bet some people are much more likely to open their door to room service robot than to regular room service dude. Like, oh, I don't want to have to interact with any people questioning why I'm ordering room service at whatever hour. Maybe it was Stanford. It's the place with the water tower. Do you know? Or not water tower. Like the what's it called? The Humphrey Tower? We went up in a real super old school elevator. And then there's like a bunch of like bells up there, like a complicated bell playing thing. Maybe it was Stanford. I should know this. It was only a couple years ago. Got pictures and shit. Probably no pictures that say the name of the college though. This will be the first year since the very first year that I went, when I just assumed that I would be homesick and would not want to spend any extra days, that I have not added any extra days onto my Google trip. Because basically they fly me out there, and then you can schedule your flight to come in earlier or leave later if you are, willing and able to cover your own lodgings for the intervening time. And some days I've just stayed a couple extra days. One time I stayed like a whole extra week. But this year, I'm already going to be out there a week, and I decided I kind of can't really afford to stay too much longer. Like, I mean, hotel rooms of a sort that I'm going to want to, like, hang out in for several extra days by myself. I mean, I'm not trying to stay in some divey, motel. I want, like, a nice hotel with amenities and, like, restaurants and shit. So I'm actually not staying any extra days this year. Double dog dare me not to use Sesh Feet. It's too late, Dr. Crotron. We already used Sesh Feet on this hand. We can't be mismatching. Room service at anime conventions? Are you saying this like it's bad for some reason, or that the room service is like wary because they never know when they're going to run into some kind of weird kind of cosplay going on? So this one's clean. Let's just get in here and do our undersides. Oh, this one got quite a lot. Well, we're kind of hard to see. Take my word for it. You trust me, right? Yeah, I would say overall, slightly messier, slightly poorer, scoop and wiggle technique. But overall, right hand turned out good too. Especially that ring finger. That's great. Alright. That should be just about, a couple other little tiny small cleanups. Alright, so what is everybody else having for dinner that hasn't already said? I need ideas and inspiration. Moon's probably having French fries. Alright, yeah. Alright, so we'll give the acetone just a little bit of time to dry so we don't have any weird stuff happening with our top coat. Hey, go for it, Moon. I have to admit, high on my list of dinner possibilities is nachos. Salads don't have to be like wimpy and lame. So these, I feel like these don't have a huge transformation with top coat, but I think you can tell, like, a little bit? Maybe not. I'm kind of surprised, like, how shiny they actually are, considering the technique that we used. I'm surprised they don't come out a little bit more uneven, but I guess it is so thick that it really does do a lot of self-leveling. See, now, if we used, like, some, depending on the colors, too. I mean, most of these are creams, so top coat doesn't usually change those very much. If we had some other finishes in here, excuse me, top coat would really probably help make them pop. Yeah, salads can be really awesome. Like a really good Caesar chicken salad with like, you know, some chicken and some lettuce and some croutons and I like peas in my salad, shitload of Parmesan, some Caesar dressing. That would be good. Skillet beans and rice with kielbasa. That sounds good. See, that would kind of almost be like my dinner, except I would add chips and cheese. Well, and I wouldn't have kielbasa, but there would be beans and rice. Alright, finishing off with top coat. We've already done our other hand for anybody that was not with us earlier, or who has been in and out, in order to protect it from incidents while finishing the right hand, because scoop marbling is messy. And we have just dubbed this scoop marbling as of today, because it didn't really have a proper name before. Like you said, Sveta called her geode nails, and hers did kind of look more like a gemstone, probably partly just because they were like pinkish, I think. Were they pink or were they purple? I think they were pink. Pink leaning toward like fuchsia purple-ish. Maybe there was some purple in with the pink. I don't particularly think these look like a gemstone. I mean, there are blue gemstones. This doesn't really look like, lapis or like turquoise or anything like that. Kind of, we were talking about, it looks a little bit like dyed agate. But I don't think geode marble would be the name. Well, okay, see, here's a good example. Wait, where'd it go? Well, the camera's not... Whoa, I just touched myself. The camera's not picking it up, but there's a glom of polish on here. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to find a clean spot on my paper towel and, like, fold off the edge and, like, pinch the brush in there to clean it off. And then that'll be fine. Ooh, this thumb has got a ton of bubbles. And actually, I kind of forgot to check the bubbles on the other hand, didn't I, you guys? And I know I'm off camera. I know. Don't yell at me, guys. You know the thumbs are difficult. Thumbs are so awkward. That's weird, too. Let's get rid of that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pinch that again. I hate getting my top coat brush dirty. Because it'll always be like right before the next time you'll be doing like a nice pure white manicure and you'll go to top coat it and here will come a blue streak. I feel like I was going to show you something and now I totally am blanking out on what it was. I might even have said it out loud, and if I did, you guys can feel free to remind me. Oh, the bubbles. I was going to check this hand for bubbles. It looks like Seshvit has helped them all to settle out. I don't see any like little ones popping out of the top coat, so we do not need a second layer of top coat. Guys, let's zoom out just a little bit here so we can fit both hands. Whew. That's the shit. Random but consistent. Freaking awesome overall. And the thumbs, like I said, we used a slightly different polish balance. I think it's a pretty good balance though. Your favorite Mega Man racer. Wait, what? I could just look at these all day, you guys. I mean, okay, we did it far away, and I'll zoom in really close so you guys can see some of the like details. Like just the little tiny small swirls. And like I said, that one right at the cuticle, right there. You'll find just little things that just make you smile. It's like a little secret. All these little doers. Just a happy little scoop marble. So, thank you all for sticking with me on this one. This exceeds my most optimistic hopes of where we started this stream when I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. As evinced from what did I put for my title? Polished testing of some sort. Oh. Yes, some sort indeed. And if anybody missed the testing, let's just quickly recap. Most of the tests were scoop marbles. We did one splash test, and the rests were all scoop marbles. And we did quite a few of them. And they all look so similar, except for the Starry Night one with yellow. But when we were doing them, I was really kind of being very nitpicky. And, I mean, some of them you could tell, like, there's no white in this very first one. And that was one of the first changes that I made. This is the one with yellow. And, I mean, actually, it's awesome. It just wasn't quite what I wanted today. I really wanted something just blue today. And then we added a little bit of silver in this one and these ones with kind of poor results. And then we just played with the balance of color and the application of, well, the prior to scoop application. I don't know what to call that. The drag marble portion. The drag marble prior to scoop. And this one here is the one we kind of went with. And it does, you know, match the nails. I mean, the nails match all of them, but I don't know. You either know what I'm saying or you're just nodding and smiling along like, Colette, whatever. Sure, they're all different. Hello, Transcendent. Thank you. I'm really digging them myself. I didn't know what I was doing when I started the stream. Of the Mar-a-Lago stone. I'll have to check that out, Dela. Or Della. I feel like I've had this conversation before. Yes, polished soul. We were talking earlier about all the stuff on my to-do but not right now list, and stamping with those holochromes is definitely on my list. There's that. I would like to see how they marble. I have a haul to do. We talked about the I keep like each point the Twitch FAQ video, all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. 2, I mean, I will admit I probably will feel like I have somewhat more time once we're in winter. You know, once I can't be outside, it's like, oh, all of a sudden I have more time to do stuff inside when really it's just more time spent inside. Thank you for the GGs, you guys. Let's see what is going on Twitch at the moment, where I can send you lovely, wonderful, kind people. We do, of course, have Bob Ross, if nothing else. And I know you guys are Bob Ross fans. Usually we would have a Jerry stream, which is another good go-to. But Jerry is probably finishing up the LSU game. Gotta go play Destiny with the hubs. Catch you later. Alright, KJD. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, well, No, maybe you guys would enjoy this. I'm gonna host her. If you want to go check out Bob, you are certainly welcome to. But, this is pretty cool. That actually probably would make a pretty cool nail art design. So, I'm gonna send you guys to Yona. She's painting parasols. And, yeah, Hollow Knight tomorrow. Round 6, I think. If I decide to go for the sub 10 attempt tomorrow, which I'm still deciding on, I may start a little bit early, because if it actually takes me 10 hours, I don't want to be streaming until like 4 in the morning. But I'm more leaning toward probably one more stream of like cleaning up the Hunter's Journal. People seem to like that. Maybe do some Coliseum attempts. Maybe do a little bit of God Home, Godmaster stuff. Train Dogs for Life is now following. Thank you so much for the follow. Lost my train of thought again. Even a follow can do it, you guys. I'm always flattered. Oh yeah. So like we got the Hunter's Journal to go. We have the third trial in the Coliseum to go. We have Nightmare King Grim, Path of Pain, and all the stuff in God Home. That's all that we have left in Hollow Knight, other than some of the speed attempts. So, oh, was that a little train dog? Oh, look at that tongue. His tongue is like as big as his whole head. I mean, not quite, but what an adorable boy. Or girl, perhaps. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy him. I'm partly just shocked because, like I said, when I started, I really didn't know what was going on. But, yeah, Hollow Knight tomorrow. Not sure what the rest of the week is going to bring. Still trying to get crap organized, but got a lot of stuff. Like I said, the Halo Chrome Color Club stamping would be something that I usually would put for more like a middle of the week stream. Because usually Saturday is devoted to, I mean, not that I couldn't make a tutorial out of that, but usually Saturday is more experimentation, stuff like this, and tutorial recording. But I'll get it figured out eventually. And thank you so much for hanging out and, you know, all the things. Follows, subs, chat, love, little, I kind of like want to be careful because I feel like my nails are still wet. I don't want to touch my nails together just to make a little dumb heart. But I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, if you think this looks cool, there'll be a little button. You can go to her channel. I'm not rating her because I feel like I don't know her that well. But I'm going to host Yona. And I hope you guys all have a lovely afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is where you are. You're welcome, Moon. Thank you all for hanging out.